afternoon. The sun's just hidden away for a while. Ugly swing. Just losing his shape there, really. Yusuf, it's good to be there, and he knows it. Dropped on 6. Munir once more. This is just nasty, took it away. Munir given the opportunity by the captain. Mid-shot to make amends for the drop catch. Giving him the ball. And here he is. This Balwinder Singh. It's such a joy to watch him bat. Interesting field set. Now, this is all to do with thinking that the way Balwinder holds the bat, well, if we keep the ball outside the off, this will make it difficult for him. Still got the 3-4 on the leg side, but interesting setup. Got the man on the 45 at fine leg, square leg inside, mid on inside the circle as well, and just the one man back on the leg side at mid wicket, and then everybody sort of pretty close in there on the offside. And the other man back, his third man. Munir once more. And good areas, I think, this to Balwinder. And good time to welcome back my dear friend and colleague, Vinny Sandhu.
Yes, thanks, Rico. It's great to be back. And we have a crowd filtering in as well. I just think the kids are here again with the cricket school project. Cricket is cool.
Yeah, cricket is cool. School's maybe not so cool. Edge, 4 runs. And they just made a change. You were saying that third man was back when I was giving you the field positionings. Well, for some reason, obviously, probably because of the shots that Balwinder was trying to play, they pushed the man back on the boundary on the offside, bringing third man in. I think that's a mistake. And because the way he's swinging, if he doesn't get it right, we know where the ball's going to go. Yeah. There's no change. They're keeping it as it is.
Really do enjoy watching the cross-handed bounder go about his business.
Firmly struck straight to the fielder and decides not to run. I think that's a good call. Sometimes you hit the ball well, you want the run, you think you deserve a run, but Balwinder's very quick to say no.
Just look at that grip again. You get a really good look at it there. But for him, it's so natural. He's mesmerising audiences all around the world. Balwinder 9 off 5 at the moment.
Goes big, balle, ginna sona, ginna badda shaka. Balwinder Singh, minno lagda aloo de paraunthe kha ke aaya. Shaba, kidda swad aa gaya.
That was big. That was a big pop. You know what surprised me so much about Balwinder is just how he can score all around the ground with that grip. I've seen some people use it before, but they're a bit limited in their stroke play. But yeah, when he gets going, he's been unbelievable. 2 overs down, 23 for no loss. You can see that Svanholm got on the board this morning. Star, although they pushed the English, they weren't quite able to pull off that upset. So Dreux and Star at the moment in the danger zone. If you do finish 5th or 6th, you have a sudden death match on Super Thursday for your tournament survival. Even if you're 4th, you're at risk on Super Thursday. The top 3, they do get through to finals Friday, and that is judged after match 15, which is the end of day 3 of play, end of tomorrow night. So it's going to come around really quick. Got to say a quick hello to Tariq Sandhu in the chat. Asks, is the wind a factor for big Maximos today? Well, I think the wind, if anything, is going a little bit right to left, but it's kind of switching around a little bit. Not a significant factor at the moment. And so now we'll get Moiz Raza, who gets his opportunity for Svanholm. He's going to bowl to the ACT captain, Ahsan Yusuf.
It's a little bit too short. Chase is on, and it's good fielding. And the batters do come through and take 2. They have to be on their skates though. Pretty quick, but they do get there.
It's well run. Got a lot of activity in the chat, which is wonderful as usual. Got Sam Nick, Tommy Jesprint in there, as well as Iti Barsha Didar, who says hey to me. Well, hey to you, Iti Barsha. Great to have you in the chat. Sam Houghton's popped in as well. And down in Gibraltar, Krish Brumbutt as well.
Shot, he's hit this hard, but he's hit it straight to the fielder. Well, how about that? hits it clean, hits it hard, hits it well, but he couldn't get it past the fielder. We have seen some really good catching today, particularly, and that's another one. And no mistakes at all. Look, he couldn't have hit this better, really, Sweeter. The only thing was it was flat and hard, but didn't get the height on it. And a good catch taken. And look, just had to check his feet.
He had no room to move.
Right, Jack.
He had no room to move, did he? But you're right, he hit that so well off the bat. But sometimes it's all about the placement. And Hassan Yusuf, the captain, has to go. Doesn't crack double figures. Goes for 9 off 6. And that's the first wicket down for the Austrian Cricket Tigers. 25 for 1. And the thing about this ACT lineup, though, Rico, is they've got a top 6. They can all hurt a cricket ball.
Yeah.
They are really big hitters. So one just comes after another. So Hassan Yusuf will be disappointed, but he approached it the right way. Certainly got plenty of that, but good catch taken by Zishan Shah on the deep mid-wicket boundary. So success for Moiz Raza as well in his first over, 25 for 1.
Yeah, it was a really good catch, and Raza, well, he'll be very happy picking up a wicket with all of his spell. The thing is still out there. I think the very key thing for the Austrian Cricket Tigers is to keep one of the big guns out there for, well, at least if one of them stays out there 5-6 overs, you know that you're going to get a score over 100. And that's what the plan has got to be here. The new batter is Imran Asif, who takes guard. So Raza coming into Asif's first ball. And a little bit of an appeal here. It certainly looked like there was some noise. Just wondering whether that was just the bat just flicking the pad on the way through. Well, it's not being signalled wide, so I'm guessing the ball just taking a little bit of the pad or thigh pad on the way through. Yeah, good umpiring there. Good bowling again. Good length, Yorker length delivery. The umpires are men in black for this match. Suleiman Saeed from Italia. Buongiorno, Suleiman.
Looking in good shape, Suleiman. Over the winter, he's been getting ready for this tournament.
Yeah, and he's your buddy at Square Leg.
Yeah. Who's that? Big Harrison.
Yeah, you got some buddies, you know.
You see me chin wagging with Harrison, did you, in the fan zone? I've got to worry about cameras being on me all the time. Having a good time as well with the cricket school crew. They come out into the commentary box as well and cycling through, seeing what it's all about. Yeah, loving the production as well, Spring Productions. Bringing you all the action, no matter where you're watching around the world. Moiz Raza, good over so far.
Was in the slot, doesn't quite time it. Needs to be just hitting that a little bit straighter. Needs to be aiming it into the long on area. Just slices it. Haven't changed that field at all. It's staying very much the same. Just that one man at the moment there.
Yeah, a stalemate at the moment in this match. Raza last ball the over.
Well, this one's going big. It's yours, Mr. Maximo. Catch it if you can. That is big. It is a Maximo. Shaba, Shaba. Ginna, Sora. Ginna, Bada, Shaka.
Well, that was absolutely boned. That one, I thought we were in danger. We got the kids up here, but it was every man for themselves up in the commentary box. It was, look at that. This one had us interested. Yeah, it's good to see. None of the kids. You want to get close to the action? Look no further. End of the power play and a powerful end from Bowen to Singh and Imran Asif at the end of 3 overs. It's 34 for 1.
Yeah, what a cracking shot that was. Well, we've seen some big ones. Some big ones down the leg side, but that's certainly the big one that's been hit straight. That's gone all the way over our commentary box. Lovely shot. And, well, I think the kids from the school like that one as well. I'm loving what we do here. The European Cricket Network in partnership with the schools here in the Costa del Sol in Malaga.
Ataullah coming in to bowl for the first time in this game. He was good in the first match of the day, match 6, 2 for 12 of his 2 overs, along with Taqi Ahmed. They had identical figures, in fact, against Dreux, the French champions. Cross-handed bandit on strike. He's on 16.
Yeah, this could be close because he's gone right across. And if that's straight, you know he's going to be in trouble. And the umpire from Harrison Ward, the finger has gone up. He's on his way. Let's have a look at this again. Shuffles across. And well, yeah, I mean, that hits him on the roll of the pad. Probably going on to hit in between middle and leg. I think that's a good shout. And the umpire takes a good hard look at it and makes his decision. And that's a crucial wicket.
Yeah, well, he's wide of the crease on this occasion, and that would have been on Harrison Ward's mind, but I think it's one of those ones I think the umpire's call. I think if you do a Hawkeye of that, even though it's leg side-ish, I feel like it's more likely than not to hit some of that leg stump. So that's a big wicket for Ataullah, who's been really good so far today. And Imran Nazif, he'll have to carry on without Balvinda, who goes for 16, and it's 34 for 2.
Yeah, I mean, they'd be disappointed because that's what I was saying, that the Tigers, they need somebody like Ushan Yusuf or Bawinder Singh to go big. If they go big, I think they get a good score. But now they need somebody else, somebody who perhaps hasn't really scored big runs for them so far. And going back to that, it's Imran Asif. He's the man who's got to stick around because he did score well. Scored, it was important, not from him, 48 of 17 against Star. That's nicely played. Straight to the fielder though. The backing up is good. Takes a single.
It shows you, if you both go straight away, you can only get one. Well, a little interesting stat coming from the chat. Luke Belgium tells us that we've had 99 Maximos so far in the tournament. So who will hit number 100? When will it be as well?
It will be a nice shot off the Tigers there.
Everyone as if it's probably going to try.
Nicely bowled, nicely played. He's got that sort of walks into that full length delivery, gets the single, and look, it's lovely to have all the kids here again. They're enjoying the cricket, playing a bit of cricket, watching what we do up here. Kids cool, as they say. I'll tell you one man who does a lot of hard work here is Jay Wild as well. And Jay Wild does brilliant work for the Costa del Sol Cricket Club here. It's up in the air, he'll take a single, but also in getting everything organised here and the crew of people he has. And I think on behalf of everyone, should say a very big thank you to Jay.
Yeah, he does a lot of hard work. So we really appreciate everybody from the local community that gets behind this. Kids from the Art Christian School, I remember them from last year as well.
Yeah, good memory. Full toss, needs to be punished, but only going to get a single here. You know, that's a let off. I think player the ability of Asif would normally put that away. So Ula gets away with that one.
Last ball, the fourth coming up. Iqbal on strike. 20% more careful as he puts this one down to Submanir. End of the fourth over. It's 39 for 2 after 4. Well, it's pretty crowded here, Rico. Very, very good day to you, no matter where you're watching around the world. Vinny Sander here, Mr. Maximo, and we've got Rico full here. We've got Jay Wild, president of the Costa del Sol Cricket Club, who have this wonderful facility. We've got kids here as well from the Art Christian School. Cricket's cool. Are you guys enjoying the cricket? Having a good time? And what a beautiful view it is up here. Isn't it amazing, isn't it? And you're lucky because the last group we had in, we almost got taken out by a cricket ball. But, thanks. It's great to have you guys here. Hopefully you're enjoying the cricket. We're here for a long time. We're here for 6 weeks. And hopefully you enjoy the journey. It's all about bringing the cricket to the people, Rico.
Certainly is. And look, I have to give a shout out to someone like Samir Naik, and I know you know him very well as well. And also Andrew Elliott and Richard Lake that work really well with kids as well. Do a lot of the coaching. And this is the future, of course, of cricket in Spain.
Absolutely. You saw there a second ago. Bring that back up in a second. This one down leg side. Hashmi's been good today. Yeah. And this is a new graphic we've got going. And this is what the supercomputer's saying. ACT 124 against Svanholm 89. Well, maybe they hadn't entered the first match into the supercomputer yet because Svanholm, the way that Hamid Shah was batting, you'd fancy they might make a few more than that. But that is based on the statistical data on these teams, and thanks to Palantir, our partners as well, our data partner. So predicting an ACT victory, but anything can happen.
Just single taken there, so just taking time to, I think, just to to rebuild and regroup a little bit here. I don't think they want to be losing a wicket here just yet. So I think they're making a conscious effort, the Tigers here, just to make sure that they don't end up collapsing here. They'll be quite happy with where they are with the run rate at the moment, going around 10 and over. You see there again, just cautiously playing it away, not trying to hit the ball too hard.
I'll say Hamid Shah's having a day out at the moment, isn't he? And now he's got to do it with the ball. Yeah, it's so hard to keep this ACT lineup quiet because they really go all guns blazing through their batting innings. Iqbal's turn now. There might be a bit of bat in that. It's been funny because the ACT just seemed a little bit subdued compared to what we're used to seeing, maybe with the exception of Balvinda. Obviously, Ahsan Yusuf went pretty hard early, but he fell on his sword. Keep Iqbal just taking a couple of balls to get in here.
Yeah, he is a little bit tentative, maybe. This one away nicely, and well, very nicely. It's all about timing. Look, we know sometimes we talk about the power in T10 and the aggressive playing and hitting the big shot, but sometimes it's all about timing as well, timing and placement, and this was just perfect. Top draw, lovely shot.
It's a question in the chat about, do you favour power over placement? I think placement is really important because I think with any decent power, you're going to get value for your shots on this field. Time exploiting that short boundary on the offside.
Doubles this to third man this time. He's quite happy just to take the single this time. He's got a boundary, takes a single. He's probably saying to his partner, saying to Sif there, well, okay, over to you. I'll let you have one or two as well. See what you can do with it. And he drills this pretty well straight, but should be cut off. Well, the fielder's there, nicely done. Good bit of fielding and slide and stop there from Munir. He's really trying to get himself back into this match. I mean, he'd be a bit disappointed with the efforts early on. This is the scorecard there.
Yeah, 48 for 2. And you know, Rico, what I love about this, it's all about quantity. We have a lot of cricket. Look, I don't want to get in the way of anyone. Hey, look at this. We've got more people. Yeah, get out of the way, Ricky. Get enough camera time. Good, guys. You're having a good time here. You're enjoying it. And tell you what, watch out because the balls, they can fly up here. It's great to see you guys getting involved in cricket. And no matter where you watch around the world, but you'd love to be here on the Costa del Sol. And is it really February? Because it looks beautiful at the moment. But yeah, thanks to everyone, all the volunteers, and again, all the kids. It's really, that's what it's about. I might get down and bowl a few overs later in the day. A bit sore yesterday after bowling to Melody for about 20 overs. Anyway, new over starts, and starts with a single. So, yeah, I mean, it's not quite the ACT we're used to, is it, at the moment? And both these two haven't quite hit their straps yet.
Oh, that was an opportunity for a stumping, and he knows it as well. Does Wahib Hashmi. He should have had these bounce off. I mean, it did. I mean, this was all about the bounce, maybe a little bit more bounce than he expected. Just watch this again.
It's a tough one for the keeper between the batter and the stumps. You see here, but he had plenty of time to do it.
Goes for power, and well, and he's just going to roll away from him. Oh, that's unfortunate. Really good effort. He knew that the catch wasn't on, and he had to try and make the stop. Does well, gets hands to it, but the ball agonisingly for the fielder just spins away to the rope, and oh, he did so well. Unlucky. Great work, great effort.
Awkward hop for him. Really awkward hop for him there, but unfortunate. So plenty going on. Abdullah Mahmood into the attack.
Shot, and that's gone all the way. Well, that one's into the snakes. Be careful picking that one up. And well, I know the kids like the cricket. Well, they're now following the ball, or is the ball following them? And well, there they go. Hey, find that ball for us. Get up there. Mind the snakes.
Send out the search party. Yeah, well, they're going to head over to their giant ice cube, which we'll show a bit of it in a second. But they're getting plenty of camera time, the kids so far. Well, they better watch out if they're in that zone.
Well, watch out, because there's an Asif about. And he's hitting it well into that range. What a lovely shot. That was a beautiful pickup. But look, that's so great to see, isn't it? Yeah. Seeing the youth, enjoying the cricket, and well, seeing all the aspects of it as well, coming here up into the media room, and also having a look at all the technical stuff that happens below us.
That's it.
Well, Spring Productions.
They have to put their earplugs on before they come up into the commentary box.
And well, watch out, coming your way. Well, there you go. I think Asif is deciding, hey kids, you might as well see the cricket ball as well.
Pace to watch the game. I'll tell you this much, this one wasn't that short. It was good footwork. So he was able to work that one around the corner.
Nice to see Samir Nayak there. He's saying, I'll save you, I'll save you. Doing a grand job here in the Costa del Sol. And that's good to see as well. 2 nice boundaries and then quite happy just to take the single as well. This is good cricket from these two.
The end of the over. So it's 67 for 2 after 6. Look, 6 over check-in time. There's no reason they should be getting less than 2 a ball with 8 wickets in hand and some of the batting they've got to come. So I'm going to put them down for 48, which would give them 115. Unless I think it's a pass score. I think against Svanholm. I mean, I think they want a few more, Austria. Just a quick mention to Manish Manwani, who's in the chat. Hello to you. Sundori as well. Great to have you. Mesnil Man, who will be umpiring this summer, as he said in the chat. Had a question from Kush as well about the boundary on the left-hand side of the screen, the offside. It is about 45 metres, I think, at the moment. Just a bit in because of that irrigation issue yesterday. So it has gone a little bit further than yesterday, but not quite the full 50 metres. Here's Ataullah for a second over.
This is up in the air. This is an opportunity. ¿Qué oportunidad es eso? Sí, sí, sí. El batedor es afuera de campo. And that's what you need to do. And just when these two were looking dangerous, Asif and Iqbal looking to put a big partnership together and try and really accelerate to get the wicket. This is good from Svanholm.
Yeah, just ended up slicing that one a little bit inside out. Missed time shot from Imran Asif, who's had a very good week so far. Simple catch was taken. And he ends up with 29 off 13. Once again, 200 plus strike rate. That's what Austria are all about. And, well, buckle up, as Corey said yesterday when Mirza Hassan comes to the crease. But first, we have to say goodbye to Imran Asif for now. I'm sure he'll be back in the second half of this game, probably with a couple of overs for ACT. But right now, in the 7th over, the score is 67 for 3.
Yeah, another good catch there from Zishan Shah. But yeah, I mean, hits it big, and I tell you what, he may hit it big. He's a big man. He got in the lift with me at the hotel last night, and I tell you what, that's when you appreciate just how big he is when you're in a confined space with him. But he did say to me he's just not feeling it at the moment, just not getting into his rhythm, and he looked a little bit stressed about it as well. So we had a nice long talk, and well, let's see if it did him some good or not.
Now, Corey was calling Big Mirrors at the carnival because you know you're going to be entertained. Here he is. Tick under 4 overs remaining, facing Ataullah.
On his toes, on his legs, he was looking to just flick it away.
Austrian Cricket Tigers. Similar logo to the Hungary Lions, actually, but for those who were following Cyprus last year, but here's Hassan. He is there for one reason only, and that is to hit big.
And he goes for it, and he nails it. It's gone all the way over. Hit big he does, Vinny. 6, and 6 are the best for him. And well, his teammates, they're liking it as well. And he's out there with a very sensible cricketer as well. Akib Iqbal, good all-rounder, young talent as well. You see him talking to him after that shot, just saying, yeah, okay, look, just stay here with me. Me and you, mate, me and you.
Both these two represented Austria in the ECC last September and October. Ataullah only gone for singles before that, and he goes for the Maximo.
For the shorter delivery, may drag this down a little bit, gets back onto ball, but there's sort of deliveries that Mirza would normally put away.
Say hello to Mehad Chima, who's in the chat as well, from Austria. He was also part of that squad in the European Cricket Championship last year. Austria did make the finals week.
Good. I think it's always a good combination when you've got somebody like Iqbal there who can play the big shots as well, but he's quite happy just stroking the ball around, and then you've got the big hitters there with him. I think that's a good combination.
Definitely been less reckless, Iqbal, today. I'm not sure exactly why, but it just seems just a little bit like he's batting within himself. Maybe he's just waiting for the right moment. Last ball of the over.
Oh, this is a nice pickup. Is he going to be caught there? No. Just had enough on it. For one moment, I thought we were going to see another spectacular catch. We've already seen 3 awesome catches here today. We're going to see another one. This one with just a little bit too much on it, and it's 6 more.
Well, somebody get Hamid Shah on speed dial, because he's the only one that was going to catch this. Svanholm, who probably pound for pound is their best fielder, he wasn't able to reel it in. It was out of his grasp. Could finish to the 7th over. 81 for 3. Now, a lot of questions about the format in the group weeks, and look, there's a little bit to it, but it's the same format we had for the ECC in the championship week. Basically, Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, it's all about the round robin matches. 6 teams will play each other, so 5 matches each. Then it's all about if you're in the top 3 or the bottom 3 at the end of Wednesday. The top 3 will basically jostle for position for Finals Friday. They'll be guaranteed a spot in Finals Friday. Good stop there by Hamid Shah. He's back. Yeah, so Super Thursday, top 3, they're safe. They're going to make it to Friday, but they battle for position. Their bottom 3, they're still in, but they face eliminators on Super Thursday as the next one is up. It's in the air, and it's going to be another one. We're wondering when Iqbal would go for his shots, and there, what a good catch that is. Now, the ball men, they are in form. Maximal, 6 ACT.
Look, I mentioned earlier the guys that are doing the training and coaching for the kids. Well, that's one of them, Richard Lake. And Richard Lake, well, he didn't want to let himself down. He made it look easy, didn't he? Good catch there, Richard.
Tries to hide from the spotlight, but we saw it, Richard. Hit hard. This will just be one. That for a powerful arm. It's just a signal of intent from Svanholm. But yeah, so it's all about in the round robin. Can you be in the top half or the bottom half of the table? That's crucial with this format, 16 1-week format. It'll be this format every week. The winner, of course, going through to the championship week in week 6.
In the pace off. It's probably not a bad thing to Sean. Just don't give him anything that he can use to his advantage. This one's quicker and he's out of here. It's another one for you, Richard. Go fight the snakes. 6 more. Nice shot. Boom. Shaka-lugga.
Bring a big stick as he goes searching for that one, Richard. He wasn't catching this. He said it was quicker. I thought, in fact, it might have been a little bit slower. But he certainly is varying his pace, but Iqbal timed that one up nicely. That one wasn't coming back. ACT on the charge.
Up and over. Nobody's going to stop this one either. That's an intelligent shot. He knows where the fielders are. And all he knows, he's got to get it over that infielder, into that gap. That's 4 runs. That's very intelligent batting. You were saying about Iqbal. He's been a little bit cagey here today, but I think he's timing it right. He's doing the right thing. He's keeping one end going. And very good batting. That's the end of the over there as well. 99 on the board now. 8 overs gone. So they're set, I think, from this stage, you think, to go sort of 120 and maybe a few more.
Yeah, remember, it was after 6. I said, put him down for 2 a ball minimum, which would have been 115. Throw that out the window. I think it's going to be more than that now. We're wondering about Iqbal. Seemed to be batting with him in himself, but maybe he was just, he knows what happened yesterday against Star CC, where they lost a bunch of wickets and couldn't really close it out. So he just was being a bit more careful, but now he's really opening his shoulders. Here's the Carnival on strike.
Nicely timed shot. The fielder going to get to it. They do. Good pick up and throw. Could be in trouble here. I think we'll be in trouble. And that's really, really good work. Very good fielding. And almost was a collision between the two. Well, I think the wicketkeeper's the one who's apologising. I tell you what, he would have that would have been in trouble. Yeah. But look at this throw. Great pick up, great throw.
That's right, but so you get a miscommunication. This comes out from Iqbal wanting to try and get Mirza back on strike, but Mirza just was never going to make it, and it's intelligent fielding as well. When they're trying to pitch the 2 on a ground like this, go to the keeper who doesn't have the head start, and actually you get the guy that's trying to pitch the strike. So unfortunately, the carnival is over, and it's Mirza that's got to go for 15. The 100 comes up, but at the cost of the big hitting Mirza Hassan. 100 for 4.
Yeah, what do you think about that at this stage? I feel we were in the 10th over. I could probably understand it. Probably not necessary to do it at that point.
I think it's to do with this field. Okay, it's a very high quality field. The dimensions of the field, the trueness of the outfield. I think that in Austria you can probably pitch that, and more often than not you get away with it. But the fielders are better here. They've got the power to get it to the keeper. I think Iqbal there is saying, well, I'm going to the danger end. But really, there were 2 danger ends.
Nicely dug out. Oh, terrific. Great bit of fielding.
Sahel Zadran comes out and he's on a golden, but gets off the mark this time. Yeah, but it does have the potential to affect the final score. I mean, Zadran's a good hitter of the ball, but hasn't had too many opportunities this week.
Well bowled. This is good bowling at this stage of a match. Full, straight Yorker length deliveries. It's not really too much the batters can do about it. And it's a case of if you're going to try and take me on, well, be at your peril. A few concerns looks there on the Tigers camp. Big swing and a miss. And well, it's not that long, just a few balls ago, Vinny. We were talking about they'll be looking at 120 and a few more. But now, they're struggling.
Yeah.
Maybe looking to, it could be even about 115.
Yeah, I said throw the 115 out the window. Maybe go back and get it. Zadran, he's got a bowl yet. Almost going to put his back out swinging that hard. Here he is again to Submania.
And he's gone. And that's what it's all about. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. The explosion. The bomba. Una bomba. Eso es una bomba. Una bomba. The wickets. Those wickets being blown over. The castle has gone. Good bowling. Intelligent bowling.
Yeah, it was. Full and straight. Often say, any time in the match, if you can execute the Yorker. That one maybe was a bit more of a half volley that got missed. I don't know. There's maybe a slight slow ball as well. Zadran just losing his shape, losing his stumps. Well bowled from Munir, who deserves that wicket. With one delivery left in his spell, he's got 1 for 15. And Austrian Cricket Tigers just hitting the wall a bit here in the ninth. 102 for 5.
Yeah, Zadran, he doesn't quite get going. They did bowl well at him, I have to say. They didn't really give him anything loose, nothing short, nothing that he could go after. So he had to try and create something from it. Wasn't able to do so. And look, I'm going to say this here, as we see Zadran just scoring one. The man who's doing all the work out there, the cameraman there. So you're listening in the fan zone, listening kids. It's Martin's birthday today. Martin, who's working out there next to the DJ. So give him a round of applause and wish him happy birthday. Happy birthday, Martins!
Martins probably can't turn the camera on himself, so we won't get a good shot of Martins. He's doing a great job down there. So who else did a great job? Submania. It's only
what an over.
3 off that over, I think. As we take it, there we go. There, Martins, we can get it.
Hey, Martins, feliz cumpleaños.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Cumpleaños, feliz. Come on, give it some.
No hiding. Anyway, it's the end of the night. 102 for 5. So, yeah, what an over. They're the kind of overs that can change a match. It was the most economical over in the entire innings. So, 1 over to go. And it's going to be Takir Ahmed to bowl it.
Nicely played. Just be a single. This is good from Svanholm. We saw them do this earlier today. They're able to get back into matches even when you think maybe they're out of it. They did it against Dreux. They're showing that ability again in this match.
Got a BK on the chat. Nice to see you in there again.
Oh, this was wild, and it will be a wide.
Interesting as well in the chat, Sam Nick, who's been watching a lot of cricket from Gibraltar as well, saying it's interesting that the scores seem to be a bit higher in this series. He's saying, well, the batting is better, but so is the bowling. But I think it's to do with depth. I think that these top clubs, they don't just have 3 or 4 guys that can clear the boundaries. They've got 7 or 8.
Yeah.
So that's why I think they're able to go for more shots during the innings.
Back on the ball. Get a single, but really looking for a flurry of boundaries here. And at the moment, the bowling here, late on, bowling at the death, to say it's been very good.
Got a few happy birthday wishes in different languages as well. Don't know if I'm ready to attempt them without practicing them first, but I might try. Yeah, pushes up again. Well, they push for 2 here. This is a 50-50, I think. Good throw is going to have him here. Oh, it's well gathered by Takir. And that is really unselfish as well from Umed Tariq.
Yeah.
This is one where really they could only force the run out the bowler's end. So Umed Tariq decides he's going to sacrifice himself to give the strike back to Akib Iqbal. So smart stuff by the Austrians, although the run out goes to Svanholm, well gathered by the bowler, and it's 106 for 6.
Yeah, that's really well done. And this is about when you really want it. You know, a lot of bowlers to that throw would have thought, not that one, that's not a good throw.
Yeah.
But he wanted it, make sure he takes it. Good catch from him.
Yeah.
And then rolls and knocks the bails, the stumps over. So he needed that wicket.
Well done, Umar. That's unselfish. Talk about putting the team first. That's what it's all about. And, you know, even if it gets you 1 or 2 extra runs, how often have we seen games decided by that margin? Takir's bowling a good over here. There's 3 to come.
Another opportunity is up in the air. Could it be 2 in 2? It is 2 in 2. And Iqbal he has to go. Went for the big shot. And needed a boundary or 2. Did the Tigers here to try and really get that score as close as they can to sort of that 115 mark is what they would be happy with after a few slip-ups that they've had, but no mistakes there in the field. Good catch taken by Musa Mahmood.
Yeah, and look, he was able to pitch the strike back, but wasn't able to do anything with it, was he? But Iqbal, good knock from him, 30. Again, in quick time, 30 off 18, 106 for 7. 2 balls remaining. New batter will be on strike. So yeah, it just shows you the diversity of the audience. Everyone's saying happy birthday in different languages. So we got German, French, Dutch, Danish, Spanish. Hello, Kieran. It's Bulgarian. I'm going to give the Bulgarian a crack. Is it something like Chestit Rojdenden? Does Limas in Latvian. I'm sure they're having a good laugh at me attempting that. Anyway, 2 balls remaining.
Didn't sound very good off the bat, but I think this was just all about. Both the batters are new. Just wanted to get to the other end here, Faz.
We've even got Welsh. Got Estonian. Well, that one's close to my heart.
Go on, then.
Of course, I can actually say all of these. It's just I don't have time. I don't want to make anyone feel like a favourite. And we've only got 1 ball left, so that's a shame. We're going to go to the last ball. And it's Chowdhury on strike.
And this one's up in the air, and it would have been a remarkable catch. He had a long way to go, and the batters, well, they might as well keep running, mightn't they? I think they got 2 there in the end. But what a great effort that was for the catch, and that was Abdullah Mahmood.
I was really worried we'd have a collision there. You don't need 2 neck injuries just before you're about to bat.
Have a look at this. He's taken off here. Oh, that would have been a great catch.
Happy that Asad Shah got out the way, actually.
Oh, it's when he hits the deck.
Had most of it, didn't he?
Yeah, it's the elbows hitting the deck and the ball comes out.
Almost run out. Well, action aplenty. You see, Ashmi grabs this. May have had time. Acrobatic dive. All action all the time. That's what ECN's all about. And Austria Cricket Tigers, they're going to finish 109 for 7. It's more or less a par score, Rico.
Yeah.
Svanholm, they're going to have to bat well to get them toss up here in match number 8. And I can't wait to see the second half of this one as the Austria Cricket Tigers. The Austrians, I think they'll be a little bit disappointed considering the base they built themselves, but still they do have the runs on the board. Well, it was Harrison Ward and umpire Sully out in the middle. The umpire's doing a great job, and early on in new ACT, they were going to be throwing everything at it. Yusuf Hassan, the captain, went out there with the cross-handed bandit, and the Austrians, they were looking good, but then this first one started off, it was hit flat, it was hit hard. A good catch was the first wicket of the innings as the captain had to go.
Yeah, that was a really good catch indeed. And one thing some of the other teams in this group A, we look at that as we see this one coming our way. So taking action there. And that's the LBW, which, well, the umpire thought long and hard about it, and in the end said, yep, that's good enough for me, and I think it was a good call. But yeah, I mean, going back to what I was saying, I think you've got to get those openers out before they do too much damage, then you're able to contain the Tigers of this sort of score. And they're quite happy with the work that was being done at the moment. Don't worry, that's not me ducking at the ball coming this way. It's because, well, we had a house full, and then the kids were involved in trying to find the ball. And, look, nice easy catch taken there. Well, Richard Lake, one of our coaches, he was telling you how to take the catches as well. He wasn't there for that one, but he was there for this one. Nicely taken, Richie. Yeah, he said that's the way you do it. Nice smile on his face, and lovely guy, and not only is he a very good coach, but a very good player as well. But was very impressed with the bowling towards the end here from Svanholm, and that was a lovely piece of bowling from Munir. And there he is, birthday boy. Happy birthday, feliz cumpleaños, Phil Martins. And this was good work as well. Great bit of fielding. Good throw. Wasn't an easy one for the bowler, Takir Hamid, but he did very well to take it. Now, This one could have been another one to add to the 3 superb catches. You see that? He's actually held it, but he's so high up in the air that when he hits the deck, the ball pops out, unfortunately. But he did marvellously well. And, what a good match. I think this match is going to be a cracker because as we have a quick look at the batting there. So you see the top order, Ashan Yusuf, Balwinder Singh didn't quite give them the start they wanted. Ibn Asif, I think he batted very well, but it was Zishan Shah. Shah's had a good day out there, taking the catch to remove him. And then Akib Iqbal, I think he played a nice patient role, just keeping the innings together more or less all the way to the end. Miza Shan, well, if he got going, you know things could have been a bit different. But look, it's that last bit, the 1, 1, 2, and 1 from those last 4 batters. But a lot of that is down to the line that was bowled by the bowling. And speaking of the bowling, this is what I'm talking about. All of them really bowled really well. Hamid Shah, the captain, he was a little bit expensive this time round, but everybody else, look, those figures are really good. Atiullah, I mean, take nothing away from his part in that. But look, 2 for 18, 2 for 15. I mean, those are good figures in a T10. This is going to be a really interesting match. Remember, Svanholm in the first match this morning, match number 6, they chased down the 103 required victory against Dreux, and they paced themselves really well. And I think a lot of that was to do with the batting of their captain, Hamid Shah. So he's going to be key in this match again. But I think again it's all to do with the power play. You saw Svanholm, they didn't really go for a big power play. I think their way of thinking about this target will be, okay, we know we need 110, right, this is what we need per over, let's just base ourselves on that and not try and throw too many wickets away. They do know that they rely on 1 or 2 big strong batters, and they need them to be in to get there. It's going to be interesting, it's going to be exciting. We've had some good matches, and I think match number 8, the conclusion of this one, is going to be just as exciting as the other. So join me, Rico Full, and Mr. Maximo in just under 10 minutes time as we come back to the completion of match number 8. Hasta pronto! Looking for more big hits than singles. Oh, that's just gone right through him. Cut him in half. Good delivery, that is. Yeah, nice tidy stuff there from Chowdhury as well. Oh, that's an absolute... What a take this is. Yeah, what a take.
Some of the wicket keeping's been really top class in this series. Ashby himself has been very good for Svanholm, but Chowdhury, that was an excellent stop.
He's down at this, intelligent bowling, sees that Shah just taking a couple of steps down the wicket, so he just holds it a little bit shorter, doesn't put it into the slot where he can make it into a half volley and be hitting it over the top. That's what he's trying to do, trying to get under the ball here, but struggling. Mahmood, his strike rate's been a little bit better. Let's see how he fares against Asif. Single, thinking about the second. One is what they get.
What do you think's ahead at the moment? I feel like ACT.
Yeah, I think when you a tight game like this, when you've got the runs on the board, and we know they've got depth in their bowling as well, and they're just putting the squeeze on Svanholm at the moment. That's a better shot, and this one may make it to the boundary. It does. You've got three players there, and that's what the field's been set for. It's not you can't blame the bowler for that. He's putting it in the areas where the captain's wanting to bowl it, but that's just played really well. He gets enough height on it to get it over the player inside the circle, and once it goes over him, the two fielders on the boundary have got no chance of stopping that. Good shot. They need a few more of those.
Yeah, they sure do. So, let's see if they can keep going. Is that the one to get him started?
He played, he's switched to bowling this and guides us down to the man at third, who's inside the 30-yard circle at the moment. Two men deep on the leg side, the three, including long on, and then you got the long off, and the man who's patrolling the cover boundary. End of the over. So at the halfway point here now, 39 is the score. Of course, got the wickets in hand, but there's no point having them in hand if that rate is just going higher and higher, and that's what it is at the moment. Yeah. So 13, we're just under 14 now.
They're going to have to go at twice the rate that they've gone in the first half. That's a significant upping of the ante. Hassan Yusuf coming over to bowl over number 6.
Good shot, that's more like it. And that's what you've got to do, you've got to be positive. Over the offside. Nice to see. Good technique, good balance, good start.
And that's what he likes to do. I think I mentioned he likes to loft over the offside. He's only going to gain confidence, I think, the longer he's there. Taking 17 balls already. He'll be wanting to stay there to the end.
This one's shorter. And finds one of the fielders on the leg side. It's fielded by Umair Tariq. It's a single. It's not a bad thing as well, because I think you don't want all the pressure just on one batter. He gets there, but not able to get it past the bowler. It's a top ball gold dust at the moment.
Yusuf, it's been tight.
It's well struck. Should be cut off. And it is. Good fielding. And gets the throw. Well, it's a wild throw. He should be thinking about another here. And they don't. And, well, surprise, surprise. Even after diving around, here stays in place.
Yeah, it was a wild throw. It's one thing to throw it early, but this one almost cost them a run.
I tell you what, whatever product he uses, maybe they should be talking to us. They'd be a good sponsor for us, I think.
Could be.
Look at that.
I won't need it.
That can't be real. I don't believe it anymore.
To test that out.
I'm going to ask him.
Let's sell Brill cream.
I'm going to ask him. He's nicely played. Used his feet well. Single taken.
Now had an issue earlier with Corey, and there it is. 6 drop catches in a row. 6 in a row.
Is that real? Is that for
He
sure?
dropped 5 in the Corridors last year.
He's striking it.
He will hate that. Can we put that up again just quickly, just before the end of the over? Because I know that Corey will be hating that. Make sure everyone gets a good look at it. Anyway, speaking of 6, that's the end of over number 6. And the score at the end is 51 for 2. Well, I know you're loving that in the fan zone. Give us a wave if you're over there in the fan zone today. It's great to have you. And what do we think about Corey's catching? It's pretty poor. He's not allowed to go after them because he almost made thousands of dollars of damages because he takes the whole equipment. He doesn't realise he's plugged in. So that's the only way he'll probably take a catch in the fan zone. And he had a long time to get under it. And when you consider some of the catches we've seen today, that makes that effort extra poor.
Where's Richard Lake? Richard, give him some practice.
Richard needs to get over there and give Corey some lessons.
Give him a bit of coaching. Coach the coach, as they say.
And I know he's off the beers, at least during the workday, so can't blame that one.
Oh, well, what's happened here? What's this caught?
It's a leg by, I reckon.
It's going to be leg by. I think it's come off the arm or something. Let's have a look at this.
I think it actually hits the back hip. Have a look here. Oh yeah, it was the arm. Poor Rico.
It didn't miss the stump by much either. Have a look at this. This was a fall.
It's got to hurt. Lucky it was a glancing blow.
How about that? Well, look. However you get them, they all count, and you need them at the moment. Imran Asif to the attack.
That's great, because I know I'm actually doing the next game with Corey as well, so I'm going to really enjoy that. That's Imran Asif. I might actually say he's probably one of the quicker bowlers in the ACT lineup. Very zippy.
Played. This one, it should be looking for. It may even go all the way. It does go all the way. Well, a valiant effort there. Once again, well, Adal Afzal, he's been in the wars, hasn't he? Let's have a look at this. It's just beautifully placed, nicely timed. Like the way he opens the face of the bat. And look, you think he's going to get there, but he gets the foot onto it, but he's not able to. Look, there you go. That wouldn't have been a good goal line save, would it? Would have been an own goal, that one.
That was the pace of Asif working against him. That was just batter using the pace.
And, well, let's it that way again. What's Corey's surname?
Rutgers.
Well, maybe he needs to take on the name of the Tunbridge Wells wicketkeeper.
Buttery.
Butterfingers.
The thing is, he knew. The thing I loved about that was that he was in the air a long time, and he knew it would all be redeemed if he could hold that one. He still dropped it. That's what I loved about it. Anyway, eventually we'll stop talking about it. Game of the balance here. I need another boundary. I'll get one. So that rate really is getting in the danger zone. Talk about the point of no return. Around 18 on this ground, I always think, if you've got genuine batters at the crease.
Have a look at Chowdhury here. Chowdhury is like doing the rock and roll here.
Yeah, well, he's going so fast. He had to pull the emergency brakes. 2 to come in this over.
Could be an opportunity, and it's being gobbled up. Nice catch, Umair Tariq takes it, and they get the breakthrough, they get the wicket, and that's only going to help the cause of the Tigers. Svanholm, they've lost another, and well, it's the man that a lot was relying on. Zishan Shah has to depart. I mean, he's made a good contribution. He just needed a few more boundaries, and that's why he's looking to take those chances, take those opportunities. It didn't work for him this time.
Yeah, well, that's disappointing for Zishan Shah, who looked like he was just starting to get going. 3 fours and a 6. He ends up scoring 31 off 23 balls. But he departs with still some 50 runs required for victory. The score is 60 for 3.
Yeah, good time to take a wicket. Sun again shining, or maybe it's shining. Of the Austrian Cricket Tigers. That's the new batter. Comes out. Wahab Hashmi.
So, one more ball left in this over. You don't really have that much time to have a look. Hashmi is in at number 5.
Well, this is so well.
Good result.
There's been some boundaries in this particular innings that you just cannot believe, and that's another one. I mean, it's you can't. The bowler, him and the thief, did nothing wrong there. Got it right up there. Somehow he's taking the back of the bat and going all the way over to the boundary.
They're going to need a slice of luck if they're going to win. And Svanholm do get 4 there. It's the end of the 7th over. 64 for 3. Coming up next, Helsinki Titans versus Dreux. And the Finns have won the toss. They'll be bowling first. You know what that means? Set your watches. It's going to be Nabi o'clock in around about 40 minutes. Ahmed Nabi coming out to open the batting for Dreux. Helsinki Titans, look, Said Adnan has been a bit inconsistent. He'll probably have the first over. That's going to be a good contest. Also, for me, it's all about the golden butt, Gulam Abbas butt for Titans, but we'll have to wait for the second half of that match. Join us in about 35 minutes for our broadcast of match 9 of ECL 22. Here's Umar Tariq.
Well, this has just been played. He hasn't tried to hit this, and it still goes all the way to the boundary, 4 runs. It's quite an unusual one. You see a lot of batters really trying to get the power in the shot. Look, you just sort of one-handed as well, I think. Yeah, one-handed.
The one-handed poke, if you look in the appendices to the cricket textbook, you'll find that one. But I think sometimes it's a better option than just leaving it and hoping for a wide. As we saw in the last game, start from Luxembourg, a few of these borderline deliveries. I mean, it's risky though, because he really had no control over that shot. Could have popped an easy catch, but Musa Mahmood, this is why he's in the team. You know, he's a bit of a young prodigy for them. Pressure situation, they're still alive.
This is out indeed. That's one thing I think they could probably do better here, and maybe see a little bit of how Tunbridge Wells team approached their running, and that's really run the first one hard, trying to put and create pressure. You know, like that one there, if they ran the first one hard, the fielder knows he's got to pick up the ball and get it in quickly. Again, doesn't really hit this, sort of stops the shot, and the fielder takes an age to pick it up and get it through, and as a result of that, the second one is taken, and you can see the batter, Ashmi, he's saying, why aren't I hitting it? I'm getting there, stopping the shot. If I hit through the ball, that's going all the way. Let's get himself a couple. Here again, once again it's safe, cover area, single taken, not too worried of course about the singles. That's why they're not more than happy, they're more than content to allow that shot to be played, even though they could get a man in there to try and stop it. This one's come at the bottom of the bat. I don't think it's going to go all the way, but it doesn't carry to the fielder either. The key thing is to get it in quickly, and it does. But once again, they do come through and take the 2. Now there's a few issues there for Mahmood. So it gets to the other end, and then seems to be struggling. Drops the bat. That's a bit of stretching. A bit of cramp perhaps is settling in. Yeah, he's stretching calf muscle.
Doing another slice of luck. Mahmood trying his best.
And it's up in the air again. Now this one should be taken, and it has been. So another wicket, and the Austrian cricket Tigers. One thing I noticed about the Austrian cricket Tigers is that the decibel levels, the noise levels from them have been really high all the way through. They've been up for this, they've been on it, they've been supporting each other, making a lot of noise. And well, with this wicket, this catch being taken here, and a good one it was as well. Another wicket goes down. Azam Mahmood doing the job, and it's going to be very difficult to come back from this now.
I think it's all to do with the situations they put themselves in with the ball. ACT, a short first game, they put it 160 plus against the Luxembourg side, and they were cruising. But then, you know, they made 70 odd last night and had to defend it.
Yeah.
And then today, this is the mediocre total, I'd say. 109 they put on the board. So they've had to perform with the ball. So that's why they're fired up.
Yeah.
This isn't a foregone conclusion. Abdullah Mahmood comes to the crease. Is there a twist in this game yet? 74 for 4. They need a big 9th over. And look who's got it. Sahil Zadran. Or to use Corey's parlance, he's fizzed up for this game. Very good fielder, Sahil Zadran as well. Yeah, he just seemed to have an extra gear today. So 36 required off the last 12 balls. They've got to get that under 20. How are they going to do that? Hashmi on strike.
This is going to be close. I think I might have to go upstairs for this one. This is probably a little bit too close to call with a naked eye. I think the question is whether the bat goes along on the ground or not.
Yeah, he's okay there, because I think even if it bounces once you get the shot here, if we pause it about the next frame there, he's already fine. So even if it's a slight bounce, I think it's gloves in anyway.
Well, he had to dive. He had to make it count.
Yeah. And look, I thought Hashmi would go this way, because Hashmi's not an out-and-out, down-the-line hitter. He's not really what you call a power player. He's more a touch player. So he tried to get inventive, but again, it's a difficult shot to execute, especially had limited deliveries so far in the tournament. So it's over to Mahmood.
Well, strike. It'll only be good for one.
Abdullah Mahmood, this is, of course, the Svanholm. As a Mahmood, like ACT, just completing that catch a moment ago. Svanholm, I know they're a bit down on personnel. It just shows you how the cricket's changing around Europe. I mean, if you had these two teams together maybe 3-4 years ago, you'd feel the Austrians would be a bit down the pecking order, but they're certainly bringing it.
It's a nice looking shot, work to do for the fielder. Watches it well, keeps him to one. That's what I like to see. Look, everybody around the ground. Every time a fielder's good bit of work, tidy, gets the phone, they're all applauding, they're all clapping, they're really up for this. It's a really good, motivational team atmosphere out there.
What's he going to do? He's going to get funky again, or does he stand up and hit the ball? Hashmi.
And he'll get a boundary for this one. Good shot, 4 runs.
Yeah, I mean, again, using the pace, you see, that's his go-to, Hashmi. I think with a bowler of the pace of Sahil Zadran, he's gonna try and make the most of the pace on the ball. That's what he does there. Quite a clever shot as well. Short of boundary, as we discussed many times. And well, they need even 6 and a 4. They still need 19 off the last over. Gonna have to go again here off Zadran. He's got 1 for 15.
Bowl from Zadran, much fuller ball. Right up, making it very difficult. Appeal, an exciting appeal. It's still going on. It's a very long appeal as well. Not sure where it's coming from.
I think that might have been in the crowd somewhere. Well, let's have a look. He's all right. Stop wasting our time, whoever appealed. Got everyone concerned as if someone had missed something. 28 off 7. Good feel for these guys as well. Had limited opportunities so far. Most of the batting gets done by the top order. Zadran, he has delivered with the ball. It came out, I think, with a glint in his eye. His last ball of his spell.
It's up being a full toss, but isn't able to work it away. And they do get the 2. So that is the end of the over. So the score moves on to 24. Still an awful lot to do in this last over, but this is T10, and we've seen plenty of these matches to know that it can be done.
Yeah, that's for sure. So we need 26 off last over. This will be a new record. Most we've seen chased down successfully off the last over on ECN is 23. It was by Kings 11 in ECS Italy. Bologna last year. It was the first match of the tournament actually against Baracca Prato. Actually scored 26 off 5 deliveries, and they did it with a ball to spare. They were feeding the crocodiles that day. Do you remember that one, Rico?
I remember it well. Crocodiles and all the other dangerous animals that were lurking around. Here we go. Final over. They do run. But singles, well, singles are not going to help. They need boundaries.
Yeah.
Bowling his second over. Really well, his first over. 10 came off it.
Yeah, we haven't seen a 6 since the score was 44. That's significant, I think. When you think about the way the Austrians could clear the boundary at crucial times just to get up to that 100 plus.
This one is not going to quite be a 6, I think. It may not even get to the boundary. But it does. Well, he can't believe he didn't get it. He did all the hard work. I think he does the dive and not able to... Look, number 1 on his back. That's Abdel Fazal. What an interesting day he's had. He's dived around all over the place.
Does he air swing at this?
He was the one who kicked it over last time. He totally misses it.
That's a good shot of it.
So here we go. What?
Everything right. Oh, well, look. 10 points for effort. 0 points for result. 4 points for the batter. 21 off 4. They need a Maximo.
And it's in the air, and that is out. So another wicket, and they're pumped, aren't they? They're loving this. Another wicket goes, so Wahib Hashmi, his innings comes to an end. It's been a frustrating one for him. Hasn't really been able to get hold of the ball. Hasn't been able to hit the boundaries. 15 of 8 deliveries for him.
Yeah, well, now you can put a fork in this one. Over 6 ball required. Austria, he said it was a 50-50 type total. I mean, obviously it was a big wicket to get Hamid Shah early. He's had a very good day. He only made 1. And Svanholm, a couple of partnerships there, Zishan Shah and Risa Mahmood. And then Hashmi trying hard as well for 15. Looks like they're going to fall just short here. Think about the run out of Saad Munir. Talk about taking your chances as well. Yeah. Munir, the number 3, was run out for just 6. And so Austrian Cricket Tigers, what it looks like is we'll have a battle of the undefeated teams in match 10. Tunbridge Wells, they better be ready.
It's up in the air. I don't think anybody's going to get to this. It's gone so high up. Watch the bounce. I'll just leave it to you, says the Sif.
Yeah, so they'll get to, I think about 3, but I think they knew it was suicidal. As Murray's Raza gets his first runs of the tournament. So just a reminder, we'll be back in about 20 minutes to start match 4 of the day. Match number 9.
Well, where's this one going? There is the third man back there, and he looks like he's got his, and he has. There's another wicket. So the third wicket for Tariq. Well done to the young bowler. He's stuck to his guns. He's bowled a good line. And well, every opportunity that he could be the second player who could pick up a wicket, and that would be 4.
So Sahil Zadran, fittingly, he takes the catch, and 1 ball to go. It's going to be Raja Khan. He comes out, bowl the last one. And look, it's been a really interesting third match of the day between these two teams. And look, still got 2 more matches left in the day. Of course, we're looking forward to the next match coming up, but also a very interesting clash to finish the day. It's going to be the first of maybe a few clashes this week between Tunbridge Wells and ACT. But before that, Helsinki Titans versus Dreux. Just a reminder that Dreux will be batting first, as Helsinki Titans, they have won the toss and elected to bowl first. Join us for that one in around about 20 minutes. But now, here's the last ball of match number 8.
12 bowls, and good spell of bowling there from Umar Tariq. He's picked up 3 for 16. He's done really well. And now he's helped his team to get another victory. So 3 from 3 for the Austrian Cricket Tigers, and you can see they're absolutely delighted about it. They've done really well.
Good cheeky stumping here as well. No, he gets back. So I thought maybe we saw a cheeky one, but you know, ACT have played a lot of T10 cricket now, these guys. They played it under pressure, and you can see that under pressure they're delivering, and they are worthy winners of this one. They run out winners in match 8. It's Austrian Cricket Tigers 109, Svanholm 91, and again, one match which we may see rematches of later in the week, but this time ACT, they got the business done in match number 8 as we go to the highlights. And well, Svanholm, they were all smiles this morning, weren't they? But they weren't smiling when their captain Hamid Shah, he just checked his shot and he had to check out. He was gone for just 1, and it was a lot of slack for the other batters to take up, especially when Munir was run out. It was Zishan Shah. They hit it, caused a bit of miscommunication, I should say. And then Shah Well, I haven't seen the best of him in this tournament yet. Made a couple of nice strokes on the way to 31, but ultimately Svanholm, they weren't able to chase down a triple-digit score.
No, they just weren't. They weren't able to get the acceleration in. There was not enough boundaries, and when they were trying to go the era route, well, they came up stuck. Catching was good, and with Tariq, man, who took 3 wickets, also taking that catch there. And well, Sahil Zadran, he bowled very, very well indeed. Again, another example of the catching there, this time from Mahmood, and once more just weren't able to get the boundaries in. I mean, it was only that 22 from Musa Mahmood, but it did take him 16 deliveries to get there in the middle order. But yeah, they'll be disappointed there. But look, when you lose your top batters early, and Hamid Shah particularly, and Munir, well, you're going to be in trouble. And they just weren't able to recover from that.
Yeah, they weren't. So join us, like I say, just in around about 20 minutes we will be back for the start of match number 9. And Dreux, they've played some good cricket. They've been a bit inconsistent. They'd love to get a win on the board, otherwise they're going to start losing ground on the rest of the table. The tale of the tape here in match 8 was that Zishan Shah made 31. He was the top scorer, and again couldn't quite get going in his innings. He was only able to clear the ropes once. 3 boundaries in that knock of 31. 22 for Musa Mahmood. Again, the strike rates though, Austria, more often than not, they went 2 a ball plus here. Kind of 1 to 1.5 a ball. Rahib Hashmi as well. Loved his keeping this week, and he tried hard with the bat. Put in a tough situation, he contributed 15. With the ball, it was a team effort, wasn't it? You look at all of the economy rates, between 8 and 9.5, so they just ranged between 16 and 19 off their 2 overs. 5 bowlers used. Remember Tariq, he was the best of bowlers, I think. He got the results, 3 for 16, but also Imran Azif is good. Zadran, he came out fired up, didn't he? But all the bowlers, have to say, did the job, and that's what you want when you have a mediocre score on the board. You want your bowlers to step up, and that's exactly what the ACT bowlers did.
Yeah, absolutely. Ashan Yusuf, as I said, did say to him, it's all about investing in the youth, and you've got 2 young players there. Akib Iqbal, I mean, look, he doesn't get the wickets, but he gets the run-outs of his overs. They're too scared of him. They run out of the way. He bowled really well again, 2 overs, 16. But Umar Tariq as well there at the end, bowling really well, and 16 conceded, but he picks up 3 wickets, and he's playing his part in the field as well. So good victory there for the Austrian Cricket Tigers, and they certainly look like they are challenging Tunbridge Wells to top spot in Group A. And Svanholm, well, they had a good win earlier today, but they've still got a bit of work to do, Vinny.
Yeah, they certainly do. Plenty of cricket left today and tonight and the rest of this week and the rest of this month and next month, because there's plenty of cricket coming your way on ECN. Join us shortly for match number 9. Until then, Vinny Sandu, Mr. Maximo, along with Rico Full. Hope you're enjoying the ECN experience. You're watching the Bet to Ball European Cricket League.
How we play cricket
on the Costa del Sol. how we play cricket.
On a cross-without song.
Hello and welcome back to the Cardamom Cricket Oval. It's time for match 9 in Group A. Just 2 matches left today here in Spain, but then we go down to Gibraltar. 2 more matches on ECN tonight, so 7 matches across both competitions today on the European Cricket Network. Let's go to the coin toss now, and in match 9 we're going to see the Dreux side versus the Helsinki Titans. Let's see who wins the coin toss. Your call.
Bat to ball.
Hit the ball.
It's field. We're gonna field.
You're going to field. Okay. Well, the giant coin falls keeper Inu this time, and so in match 9 it will be Helsinki fielding first after winning the toss. So Dreux get to bat first, the French champions. Well, it's a bit of a risk if you saw how Ahmed Nabi lit up the stage this morning. He scored 59 off only 20 balls. He was the first ever ECN Centurion. He is a really exciting player to watch. Overs bowled some expensive. A little bit, Jagmeet Singh likely to open the batting as well, but for me, for Helsinki with the bat, it's all about the Golden Abbas Butt. He was in great form yesterday, scoring 103 runs, averaging over 100. So let's go up into the commentary box. I know that Corey Rutgers is waiting. I can tell you the news from the toss in match 9 is that Helsinki Titans, they've won the toss and they've sent in Dreux.
Thank you, Vinny Sandu, and welcome back everyone around the world. We're here in beautiful Spain, Cardamom to be specific, and look at that on your screen. Gorgeous ground this, absolutely beautiful. And it's the Helsinki Titans taking on Dreux from France. Looking forward to this one. Don't they look great in their keeper Inu, dark black and red shirts. The Essendon Bombers back home actually, Aussie Rules team, but glad to have everyone back around the world. Everyone in India via fan code, and everyone on YouTube via the YouTube chat. Have a look at the 2 lineups, and there's a name I'm looking forward to right at the tippy top there, Ahmed Nabi from Dreux. There might be 0-2. Helsinki, we're going to look to Jagmeet Singh there with the ball, and Syed Anam with the ball to try and contain this dangerous Dreux batting lineup. A lot to play for here. Helsinki trying to sneak into that top 3 to make sure they get more opportunities later in the week, and well, the French side looking for their very first win. And really excited to bring you the 4th game of day 2. Plenty of cricket. You can see the sportsmanship on your screens. A lot of good friends here and making friends along the way. The Champions League of Cricket, bringing nations all over Europe to contest for the trophy. It's been 3 years in the waiting to bring you the 2nd edition of this competition. How beautiful are the baggy hats there as well on top of the head. Yellow and blue. Yeah, look at them. Gorgeous. A lovely touch for all the club teams here. So the batsmen stride out to the middle. And I'm sure this will be a good one. Can Dreux get to a score that's going to test this strong Helsinki batting lineup? Batsman asked for centre. Ahmed Nabi's at the non-striker's end. He really is the man to look out for. He had a class 50 earlier this morning, and it looks like it's going to be Abdullah Sadiqi with the ball. Keeper up, so a little bit of spin to start. Don't mind that. Slip in, nice and aggressive. 2 boundary riders, a deep cover, and it looks like a pretty wide mid-on as he keeps jogging around. He gets told to stop now, so deep cover, wideish mid-on, and the 2 boundary riders were almost ready to go. Here we go. It's a flighted delivery and driven handsomely through mid-off, and a missed field. Well, we'll start with the 4, and Niaz will be absolutely ecstatic with that. Gets 3 extra runs. That's a missed field. Should have been stopped. Nice cricket shot. And 4 off the first ball of this T10 contest. Good extension of the hands there. A little bit over pitched by Sadiqi. And the old traditional back foot cut, and they go again on a misfield. And they take the bails off, but they'll scamper through for a single. So 2 misfields to start this one. Niaz moves to 5. Gives me a good opportunity to welcome back good friend, co-commentator, or maybe ex-friend actually, Vinny Sandu. Vinny, how are you?
Very good, thanks Corey. Good to see you could get up here without stumbling. That's get ready for nubby time.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Because, look, and I actually think this is a clever move to start with spin.
Yeah.
Like a spin has undone him a few times. He can still whack it, but just tends to miss time a bit more. So Sadiqi's the man. Has to bowl to Ahmed Nabi. That's one way to do it. This one bounce off the keeper. Swing and a miss to start.
That's spun. That's good bowling. That actually really turned. A bit of flight, brave bowling. But yeah, you're right, Vinny. Starting with the leg spinner, obviously tactical.
Well, this one's the quicker one, and it goes even quicker off the bat. Wonder about the thinking from Sadiqi. Trying to take the pace off the ball, but he went the quick one. Second ball. It's the first one, and another one for Nabi today. Maximo. And match 9 starts with Nabi clearing the fence.
Yeah, clean hit, wasn't it? Got it right in the area you wanted to. Back of a length, just sat up pleasantly for him, and he spanked it over mid-off. 6 runs.
I think you got to tease Nabi a bit. I think you got to toss it up.
Yeah?
Make him go fetch it. He tries again. This one goes into a gap, fortunately, for Dreux. Yeah, I think as you'd say, I know you like to use the terminology to go shopping. I think the spinners need to go shopping.
Yep.
Against Nabi. He's going to bang you anyway, so...
Well, yeah, if you've brought your leg spinner on, it's probably not to bowl arm balls every ball. You're probably looking at him to give it a little bit more flight and try and entice a loose shot.
Long on in place for Niaz. Excellent play. Finds the gap, and well, another misfield. This one won't cost him a boundary. Just a single, so probably doesn't cost him in the end. I know you're not a big fan of the foot fielding, are you, Corey?
No, I'm not. Does bring an end to the first 13 for none. But yeah, if you look here, he gets away with it. Little bobble, uses his foot. Probably could get down there, but does a good enough job for his team. Saves a couple of runs. Yeah, this will be an interesting contest. You feel if Dreux can get themselves up to that 110, 115 mark, they might be able to defend that, so they look stronger with the ball.
Yeah, for sure. They've got a few options with the ball. The thing with their batting is they do rely on 1 or 2 players. That's the thing. Now look, in T10, often we say, okay, you just need 1 or 2 players to fire, but they need to fire. If you're going to win games, they have to fire consistently. And Nabi's the definition of inconsistent, but that's what makes him so exciting to watch. I think he's scored 105 in that innings, and for the whole tournament in ECL 19, scored about 130 runs.
It's a bit like Gale, isn't it? Chris Gale always felt like it was either 100 or a 0.
Nabi will like that comparison. Anyway, second over. Jagmeet with his left arms. They'll just try and swing it down the line. The other thing is, Nabi just gets the hot hand, so you want to get him on strike as much as possible, especially in the power play where he's got a bit more margin for error. Now, interestingly, they've kept the leg side boundary unguarded.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
6 on the offside, 3 on the leg. And I think the plan will be to get it outside off and try and make him fetch it. Can he do it? That is absolutely belted. It's going to be 4. This one didn't quite get the elevation, but it was straight enough to beat one of those 3 leg side fielders. And so we saw the 6. Now we see Cuatro Carreras para Ahmed Nabi and Dreux continue to strong start the power play.
Yeah, you've got to think about your tactics a little bit here. I'm not too sure not having a long on or a deep mid wicket is the wise choice. They make the adjustment now. They bring deep cover up and move mid on back to long on, but probably a ball too late. You know Nabi's thinking one thing, leg side.
Massive gap between long on and square leg. Got to be tempting for anybody. Never mind Ahmed Nabi. That is where he scores a lot of his runs. He can hit the offside shots as well, but does have that tendency to go leg side. This time he gets a single.
Good start here from Dreux. They've found boundaries at wheel, and they've been running singles pretty well as well. I'm happy with this start. Ken Niaz, continue it.
This one's in the air and it's dropped. Oh, he had 2 bites at it. And, well, almost half a chance to run out as well. And Niaz hit this pretty well, to be fair. And you see there, Helsinki coach watches on. Yeah, he knocked it up in the first place. And that's Khalid Mangal, who took that absolutely unbelievable catch on the deep extra cover boundary yesterday. This time he wasn't able to hold on. Spicy one goes down. This one plays and misses.
Well, it's a game of fine margins, this T10 format, and there's been 2 or 3 missed fields and a drop catch in the first 11 balls of this match. They're going to have to tidy it up. I know Helsinki, they've got a good, deep batting lineup. If they can take their chances with the ball, they'll fancy themselves of getting another win here today.
one going for the swing more than anything with Jagmeet Singh, and finishes pretty tight over in the end. Only concedes 6, so just one boundary off that one. 2 overs down, and the score is 19 for no loss. Gives us a chance to look at the table, and it's taking shape, isn't it? Now we are over halfway through the round robin matches. Each team will play 5 matches in this stage of the tournament. Then it's split off into the top 3 and the bottom 3. And you can see that Titans, well, they're going to be challenged, especially by Svanholm, I think, for that 3rd position. And it's really a big advantage to come 3rd versus 4th, because you're guaranteed a spot in the finals. Whereas if you come 4th, nothing's guaranteed. You're going to have to fight for it.
Well, looking at that table, if Dreux causes a little bit of an upset here, you'll have 3 teams log jammed on 2 points. It brings Svanholm right back into it, and then you've got 3 teams playing off basically for that 3rd position. So it's quite a lot on the line. It's been a few games into this Group A. Anyone you're fancying at the moment? How are you feeling about it all, Vinny?
All the talk is about Tunbridge Wells. They probably had their best performance against Star earlier on. But also ACT, I think they're the story. They're the kind of X-Factor team, aren't they? And this one worked way around the corner. Now they're going to get a run on the slight fumble. Probably don't mind that, the way that Nabi's batting to get him at the other end. Try not to get too focused on Nabi, but it's hard not to when you consider what he's done in the ECL before. Yeah, I think ACT, that team, have a bit of the kind of Belgian feel about them from the ECC.
No fear cricket.
They're the kind of team that you think they can actually keep scoring off good bowling, which is what the Belgians were able to do. Now this is going to be 4. Nice shot. And this one's going to disappear near the giant ice cube. Comes to Niaz. Well, he's looking good so far. He moves into double figures. He just works this one away. It wasn't quite the right line from Qureshi.
No, slipped that down the leg side, and all he had to do was catch up with it, and that's exactly what he did. 5 legs in the ring. No deep square either, so just had to help it on its way, and it went all the way for 4. Good batting.
I had Qureshi's had a really good tournament. He took 5 wickets on the opening day, including a 4-for. He elevates in the power play. He's going to get away with this. Well, they might have got all the way. To wait and see. That is the boundary. It's slightly longer, but still pretty short on the offside. This one, I think he just knew power play. Just got to get it over the infield, which he does. Just opens the face a little bit. I think this one carried naked eye.
Oh, tough.
Let's go back and or maybe that's probably 4. I think it has been given 4 now, but he certainly almost made it all the way from Niaz. Nice looking straight drive this time. Only get 1. So Nabi comes back on strike with 2 to come in the power play. Yeah, what do you see so far? No, you've got a good eye, especially for short form cricket, I should say.
My sort of feeling is obviously Tunbridge are the main leaders of this group, but I think once it gets to finals day, there might be an upset. I really like what the Austrian side brings. This Helsinki side's also very dangerous. I mean, if Svanholm hit their straps at the right time as well, anyone can take this group.
Yeah, that's true. A little bit short. Nabi, this is hanging in the air a long time. It's just going to be a couple of metres out of the grasp of Wahid Qureshi. She's able to chase that down and remove Nabi. I feel like Dreux lose a big player, but Nabi got just enough of it to take it into the outfield.
Just enough. It's a pretty even power play so far. This last ball could swing it one way.
Bowls one up in the block hole. Nabi will retain the strike with that single. End of 3. And it's 32 for no loss.
What do you think? 32 for no loss. Would you be happier for the bowling side or batting side?
I think it's about even with the 10 wickets still in hand. I think maybe
I'm leaning towards bowling side.
Yeah, I was going to say bowling side, because I have probably 36 as my par power play, something between 35 and 40. So I mean, bowling side ahead, but not by much. That's what I'd say at this stage.
Yep, fair.
Jagmeet bowled a good second over, and I think they'll probably bring him back here because he's a genuine swinger of the ball when he gets it right. So why not bowl him out now with the ball new? Lets him bowl that length as well. Where in the last overs, if you bowl that kind of good length, you often disappear.
So they can actually drop one more outside the ring here, and yeah, they've just gotten onto it, so cover's going back now. This is pretty much the typical T10 field you sort of see.
And here's Jagmeet to Nabi. This is out on this one. Yeah, so slightly different tactics with the field now. So now we've got 4 on the leg side, including 3 boundary riders, whereas before we had a big gap at deep mid-wicket. It's almost like they were dangling the carrot for Nabi to go for that shot over mid-wicket. But now they have got 1 extra man. I don't think that'll bother him too much. I think he'll still back himself to clear the boundaries. I don't think he actually cares where the fielders are. I think when he thinks he can hit it, he knows it doesn't matter where you put them. Slow ball is hit. Nabi not really timing the ball as yet. Moves to 17 off 10 though. Tell you what, if you're not hitting the ball that well and you're 17 off 10, you're going okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the run rate's still okay. This game sort of feels like it's waiting for someone to take it by the scruff of the neck, a moment of brilliance or a few lusty blows. It's pretty even at the moment.
Yeah, I'd say so. Wow, this is a good-looking shot. Does find a bit of open grass, and good work by Fahim Nelancherry to stop that. Sure, they'll check that one.
Oh no.
Oh well.
Oh no, Vinny.
Well, there's so many threes.
Well, they've cost themselves here. That was really, really good fielding by the deep mid off-fieldsman, but he needed a bit of support from cover. Cover sort of was just standing there. You watch here, it takes a bounce, and it's a good bit of fielding, and he taps it back just inside the field of play, but cover, his teammate, didn't come and help him, and by the time he did, they ran another for 2, and then they get the 3rd overthrow. So, good awareness from the batsman, and not too much awareness from Helsinki there. I'll tell you what, chiropractor around the corner because he's
during that 100, will be remembered for a lot of things. This is back in ECL 19 on the second morning, but I remember one of Nabi's swings got picked up in this sub microphone. I thought it was going to break the sound barrier. It was a swing and a miss, and it was absolutely huge.
He doesn't hold back, does he?
All right, Jagmeet resumes the battle. This one's shorter. It's lifted up in the air. Now, this one is going to go all the way. Just gets enough good club selection from Ahmed Nabi. Says Carreras.
That's the perfect lob wedge. He's just got enough of that. It's gone over the rope by 2 metres. It was back of a length. He's almost towed that, really. That's not near the meat of the bat, but there's enough on it to carry over deep square's head. And, well, will that get this innings going for Dreux? They haven't lost a wicket yet. They can throw their hands at nearly every ball.
I thought that might be catchable, but it just carried. Last ball for Jagmeet, who's conceded 16 in his spell. Full toss, it's in the air, and it's taken. What a good catch that is by Puste. And he had to run forward. He's a good fielder, the captain, Anaketh Puste, and Nabi walks. He had a pretty good look at that, and I think he did get under. So the full toss, well, he's banged plenty of those into the jungle, but this one falls into the hands of the Titans captain. So Nabi is the first to fall. He makes 23 and it's 42 for 1.
Yeah, brilliant catch. I wasn't too sure at the first look, but he's actually caught that brilliantly. He's kept his elbows nice and soft as he slid across the ground, and it's a big wicket. And the umpires confer they want to just double check with the catch with the 3rd umpire, and I think that's fair as well because it was tight, but from my eyes I think that's out.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. We'll slow it down as much as we can. See here, yeah, in fact it's hit pretty much in the palms, maybe even a bit higher up. I think there's no doubt there that Nabi will be on his way. Puste, pretty good effort by him.
It's one of those ones, you see this in world cricket quite a lot. If you slow it down frame by frame, it might look a little bit inconclusive.
Start seeing things, don't you?
Do start seeing things, but for me, he's got his fingers under the ball there, and I think that's out. And it's going to be the big wicket of Nabi, you would imagine.
Yeah, well, let's not call it first.
I've called it, that's out.
You and Rico haven't been...
Well, look at that. For me, look there, his fingers are under the ball. Yeah. I think that's going to be out.
Yeah, I agree.
And the fielder, look at, right away when you've caught it, he can feel that he's under that. There was no even question mark in his mind that it was a half volley.
And even live, I mean, unless we're missing something. I think they're looking for after he catches it, does the ball touch the ground? But I don't think so. Like here? No way.
What was the on-field signal?
I didn't see it, but I would have thought it would have been out.
Yep.
But let's have a look, because I'm nervous now from the fielder because they're taking a long time.
I
just think they're building the drama. I'm going to call it. I think it's going to be out.
Yeah, it's out for me. Yeah,
and he's gone. Yeah, there's the signal. So Nabi's got to go. Puste, take your hat off to him. I mean, that's a big moment in the game. He got there, he got under it, and there is the official signal. 42 for 1 then after 4 overs. Hope you're going well. And, well, disappointment for Dreux. I know that's a big one for them. Anyway, here we are. Can you sound to here, Mr. Maximo, along with Corey Rutgers. All right, Corey, here's your right to reply. You dropped the catch. in the outfield there. I know your phone's blowing up as we see it. What's your excuse?
CGI these days is phenomenal because that wasn't me. I was actually over the other side doing some nice. That wasn't me. I'm in white.
You had plenty of time to get under it. You've dropped 6 catches now in a row. As an ECN commentator, drop a 7th one, you're out. And watch Rico, he'll probably take a hanger now in the crowd. Haven't we seen some great catches today, though, seriously? We've seen some one-handed catching. That's been next level. We saw Mungo yesterday, but today we've seen 2 catches, which you just wouldn't believe. Here, back to live action now. Well, this could be another catch that just doesn't carry through Abdullah Siddiqui. This is the kind of highlights that you're going to see day in and day out on the European Cricket Network. Here is Anan Saeed, who they've held back to bowl out of the power play. He bowled a 30-run over yesterday, which was a tough start to the game. Had problems with no balls as well, bowling no balls. He bowled 3 in that first over.
Always difficult for a bowler. If you bowl a no ball early in your over, it's always in the back of your mind.
Yeah. Who can step up for Dreux? Oh no! He just gets back here. I won't get a run.
Yeah, I believe he's gotten back there, Vinny. They might have a look at it. Maybe
I don't think he's even called for it. It seems fair enough. I mean, it seemed pretty clear cut even from here that the bat gets back in time. The batter called 1 straight away. Just make sure this gets over the line, which I think it does.
Tell you what, any direct hit's a bit closer than you. He is home.
Yeah,
that's a lot closer than you thought, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I thought his bat had stopped moving when the ball hit the stumps, but it was still just moving, but it was over the line. That was the difference. But you're right. Here's Fletcher in the chat saying your catching is the catch that dropped is the reason why you couldn't make the VOC squad. Very harsh from Pierce. This has worked away off the pads, full toss. Yeah, nice shot. Nisa, he's got potential in the number 3 position. Good ball from Saeed though. Goes to the boundary. But Corey, I've got to tell you something. We've got some new innovations this year on the European Cricket Network. One of them is the bat versus ball wall. Now this is the supercomputer.
What is this? I've not seen this yet.
This is the supercomputer, and it does tell you what's happened so far with the average runs and against these 2 teams. See, Titans having a better time than Dreux, but it predicts 106 for the Titans, 93 for Dreux.
I like that.
At the moment, it's pretty accurate. All right. Yeah, 4 more, and again. Saeed just giving Nisa something that he can turn the bat on. Turned away nicely, using the pace of Saeed for back-to-back boundaries.
I was just about to say that. Saeed looks like that sort of pace that comes onto the bat nicely, so you just have to work it away, and he flicked the last one that was full. This is a little bit shorter and just rolls with it. That's beautiful batting. He's timed that beautifully, Vinny, and maybe they're going to move that square leg a little bit more behind now because he was in front. But yeah, there's certain bowlers that sort of come onto the bat just a little bit nicer, and I think he's got that sort of pace where you can just use it.
Yeah, who'd be a seam bowler in this form of the game? Shorter. This one will just be 1. It's not the worst over, despite those back-to-back boundaries. That's about an average over. 10 off it at the moment with the ball to go. And I'm sure your coach is a bit like mine. Used to say last balls of overs. They can make or break an over.
Well, absolutely. I mean, if this ball goes for 6, it turns to 16, you'd say that's a pretty bad over.
Yeah.
10 or 11, you'd say thumbs up, that's pretty good.
Yeah, you'd say it's kind of par for the course, I suppose. It will be just the 1 as Niaz retains the strike. He's had a good over at the end of 5, halfway through the first innings. Dreux, 53 for 1.
Well, Vinny, you know I like to quiz you, I like to test you, and I know you're a fashionable man. We've seen a few games now. Which is your favourite kit out of the first 6 teams? I like doing this with you. What's your number 1? Because my number 1 is on the field right now. I love the Helsinki red and black.
Oh, you do? Okay. For me, it's probably between Dreux and Star CC. I like the bright colours.
Okay.
I like the bright sky blue. Maybe Star CC just has it for me with the bright orange. It's not something colour you see very often.
It is loud.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, being from the Netherlands, Corey, you'd have a bit of an affinity for that. But, I mean, they all look brilliant. And we're going to see plenty more strips. And the detail on these strips is what makes them as well.
Oh, absolutely. With the baggy caps as well. Everyone looks professional. I love it.
Yeah, a bit of the old and the new together, isn't it? Yeah, the baggy caps and the very snazzy uniforms. 30 clubs taking part in this tournament. It's the coloured pads, thanks to Kookaburra. Here's Arjunan, who's into the side. First one is hit hard to that short boundary, and it's 4. So Niaz, he's heating up now. Another boundary moves to 25. Well, he He's up the top of the order for a reason. And no worries at the moment for Dreux. The boundaries keep flowing.
Yeah, he's just swatted that away. Enough bat on it, and as we've mentioned a couple of times, that boundary a little bit shorter. No chance for the fielder.
That's off the front foot. Nice looking shot. Slight fumble allows the single. Well, we might put it out to the chat. ECN European Cricket Network on YouTube. Let us know who your favourite kit is so far.
Yep.
There's plenty to choose from.
Is there a prize for the winning team of the best kit at the end of the tournament?
Oh, we better give it to Nick, who designed the kits. Nice looking shot. This time he does find the fielder.
Well, you can see Arjunan's trying just to keep it away from the wheelhouse, we like to call it, just keeping it wide outside off. So deep cover, point and cover are all into play here. Doesn't want to get too straight.
Tommy Esperson saying he likes the Tunbridge Wells Blues. That's a good one as well. I mean, there's no bad kits.
No, there isn't.
And you can go on our social media at European Cricket and you can actually have a look at all of them, actually, all 30. And there's some real corkers to come over the next few weeks. Talk me through the bowling here of Arjunan. What's he trying to do? Because it doesn't seem like he's really significantly trying to turn the ball back.
Exactly. I was just about to mention that. Instead, at first I thought this is a little right arm offy, but he's bowling little away swingers and really keeping it away from the batsman. It's good bowling.
Good shot. He's hit it too well. He's picked out the fielder. So they'll go no further. 10 and over at the moment after 6 overs. Dreux 60 for 1.
Yep, brilliant batting that. Brilliant bowling that, sorry. Just kept it away, little away swingers, and after the first ball went for 4, he's only gone for 7. So 60 for 1 off 6. I mean, 9 wickets in hand. Look at the bowling figures here. You can tell who's going to bowl the remaining overs. And you just sort of feel that Dreux just need to lift that intent a little bit more. Maybe they could have gone over, cover that over, or over point, just a little bit more intent.
They ball really well, just having to pick up fielders, that's all. I mean, no overs more than 13 so far. The first and third both went for 13. Dreux, normally they're known for really big overs and then being kept quiet in some other overs. 7th over starts, it's a flat bat, and this one almost kept in, but it's not by Nellen Cherry. The result, 4 runs. Good start to the over from Hamza Niaz.
Yeah, nice shot. They need this to be a big over. Gets it a bit more back of a length, allows him to really extend those hands through the ball and puts it lovely over cover. One thing they could do here, I mean, they've got deep square back. You could potentially bring deep square in if you're going to bowl so wide and put your cover back as well. They've just moved mid-off about 5 more paces to his left now.
I know that Minish is watching this in France. This one gets past the fielder. It's going to be 4 more. Thought it might be spinning back towards Ghulam Abbas, but didn't spin back enough. That one finds the short boundary again to the left of screen. Dreux continuing to find the boundary with regularity.
Yeah, you always sort of feel when a team has a good day, the batting side, they always have one big over, magical over, 20 plus. Well, this sort of feels like this is the moment. They're 8 off 2 so far. I think they understand the plan now. It's going to be wide of the off stump, trying to spin it away. This is the over, isn't it, Vinny? They have to cash in. They need to turn this into a 20 plus over.
Yeah, well, they've got the opportunity to do it. Siddiqui has gone over for over 20 now. This one he takes it on, and does he have what it takes? Well, it does. Maximal! Niaz rolls the dice. He wasn't quite in position for that shot, but he backed himself to get it over the leg side. This one finds the edge of the jungle. 6 runs to Dreux.
Yeah, good batting. They've taken all the momentum. This was a little bit straighter. He just sat deep in the box and got enough on it to over the rope. So 4, 4, 6, 3 to go.
A couple just clearing that fielder. It's going to be called wide. Umpire Shub out there. And Nilkesh.
What's the most we've had off an over so far this tourney?
Good question. We had 30.
30.
We had 30 twice in the same game. Supersonic. Hit straight at the field. A slight fumble allows a run. Yes, Qureshi. We'll forgive him that because he's having a very good tournament. Dreux, pretty decent bowling lineup as well. Dreux, they've got the captain Tabish Bhatti. He's bowled really well with his left armers. We haven't seen Wahid Abdul bowl today. Wondering if there's some sort of injury concern around him. It's a short, punched away. Plenty of work for the fielder to do, but does well. Khalid Mungal, that's his zone out there. Now tell me, if you've got a really short boundary like that, do you put one of your premier outfielders on there, or maybe a lesser outfielder? What's the thinking? Does it make a difference? If you think that's the boundary that might be targeted.
There you need to back probably one of your premier fielders, and that brings it down to the over. That's 78 for one. But yeah, you want your premier fielders in key spots, hot spots we call them.
Yeah. Special comments by Corey Ruckers, Spanish national team coach. Now, a lot of questions about the format, Corey. And we are in day 2 at the moment. This is match number 9. The first 15 matches, the first 3 days are all about playing each other. So once all teams have played each other, they would have played 5 matches, and then we split into the top 3 and the bottom 3. The top 3, well, they're guaranteed a place on Finals Friday. They fight for position on Super Thursday. And for the bottom 3, well, they fight for their lives. And we have our 4 last remaining teams vying for that Group A winner position and that spot in Championship Week. As new over begins, and Arjunan comes in, and Niaz says, that's about enough. Maximo moves to 49. Finally, we're seeing what Hamza Niaz could do. This was just on a length, and they had trouble getting hold of Arjunan last time, and his first ball disappears.
Yeah, good batting. He's just got a little bit too straight for the first time, and he paid the ultimate price. 6 runs.
This is lifted up, and this is going to be 6 more. Well, he goes right, he goes left, he goes Maximo, and 50 for Hamza Niaz in quick time. Only 23 deliveries, and he's played plenty of shots along the turf, but it's his 3rd 6 that brings up his half century, his first in ECL cricket. And Dreux in a very good position here in the 8th over. Oh, this could be more runs. The keeper got a little bit of leather on that, so it'll slow it down. Oh, and that's one you feel he should get 2. That would have kept Niaz on strike, who's got the hot hand, but still, it'll be 2 free runs for Dreux.
Yeah, I understand. If Niaz had to push that first one a little bit harder, he could have got the strike back, but they settled for 1 plus the wine. It's already 14 off 2, Vinny.
They're the ones where if you're striking, you have to look straight up at your non-striker and trust their call. Now this is mishit, and it should be caught. And what's that man again? Aniket Puspate, the captain. And that's his speciality, diving forward. He removes Nisa, who I don't think should have been on strike for that ball. But it's the 2nd wicket to fall. Dreux are 92 for 2.
Yeah, nice clean catch. Made some good ground to his left and got his hands just under it. And well done from the fielder there. But you're exactly right. He shouldn't have been on strike. They definitely should have turned for 2 the ball before. And none of that would have happened. But that's cricket. Sometimes the little things matter the most.
Yeah, well, they might. I suppose the silver lining for Dreux is that Niaz is still there and firing.
I really enjoy that rule of when there's a wicket that the new striker has to come on strike. I love that the batsman can't cross.
I think it's fair. I think especially in this form of the game, should get an advantage for being out. Nisa had an important role to play in that partnership. Let me show he scored 11, but that partnership was worth 50 in the end. And coming up in only 21 balls.
Do you think that's something that might come into other formats as well?
I think eventually...
I know it was done in the 100.
I think it'll be in all formats. I think it'll definitely be in all limited overs formats over the next few years, and maybe all cricket. Yep. I mean, why not?
Yeah, I think it rewards the bowler for doing his job.
Yeah. It doesn't matter so much in, say, a test match where most of the time playing a bat for a long time, but yeah, I think it's a rule that's been a good change. The laws are constantly changing, that's the thing. Well, Bhatti, the captain, comes out, and this one is going to disappear. Maximo! Oh, he's brave for hitting it in his opposite number. Aniket Puste, who's been catching everything. But Bhatti, who was run out earlier, I know he's disappointed about that. But he didn't have to run for this, 6 runs.
Yeah, nice shot. Great shot first ball. Striking now at 600. Little half volley, got to still put it away.
He wants to go again, and he's going to get the same result. 1, 2, Maximos! Bhatti 12 off 2. Well, the wicket hasn't hurt them at all, as Arjunan's getting the treatment here in the 8th.
Yeah, poor old Arjunan. His first over was exceptional. He kept it wide of the batsman. This over, too many half volleys, too many balls, too straight, and he's paying the ultimate price. And Bhatti, well, 12 off 2. It's an easy game, isn't it?
He's been itching to get out there, I bet. The captain is bowled very well. I haven't quite seen the best with that.
Vinny, they had 1 outside the ring. It's a free hit, no ball.
Oh, that's a disaster. So no ball.
Well, how many's this over gone for now? Because this is going to be a free hit.
Well, it's already gone for 27.
Oh, no.
And I think that there's 2 balls left.
Oh, no.
Just be another free hit. Have to go get my abacus out.
So we're 28 off the over with 2 to go.
Yeah, don't quote me on that. Still waiting to
Quoted by
have
Vinny
everything
Sandu.
catch up. I think that is
So
28.
Free hit still, 2 to go, and we believe 28 off the over. This could really blow out to be something ugly.
Swing. You put the chinks on him well there. Yeah, just tried a bit too hard that time. Maybe come out of the crease for that one. He can't be stumped.
No, I don't agree with that rule.
Either way, hit. And he's knocked over. So it's going to be a successful over in the end for Arjunan. Butty comes out for a good time, not a long time. 6-6 and out. He kept the score moving, got the past 100, but he's got to go at the end of the 8th over. It's 106 for 3.
So you've seen a lot of T10 cricket, Vinny, and he's been dismissed for 12 off 3.
Yeah.
Perfect T10 innings. How do you sum that up?
I wouldn't say perfect. It's the perfect 3-ball innings if you have to get out. I think you're still planning to bat a bit longer. Look, it also depends what the batting's like you've got to come. But still, Butty, he'd rather score 12 off 4 than score 12 off, say, 11. So I think it's effective. It's got them over 100. They've still got balls left in this innings. 2 overs left, in fact. Drew at 106 for 3.
Yeah, well, this is pretty impressive from Drew because for me, I feel like they're more of a bowling side. They've got a really good bowling unit. So anything they score here in that 115, 120 mark, they'll be feeling mighty confident in the second half of this game. And if they do get the win here, it'll blow this group wide open for who's going to get that 3rd spot.
Is that the most expensive 2-wicket over you've ever seen? He's gone for 28 and picked up 2 wickets.
That is an unbelievable... Really? 2 for 28 off the over.
I used to bowl all day and get 2 for 28.
I'd take that if someone said to me at the start of the over.
T10. All right, new over starts. Qureshi having a good week. Pick up a wicket in his first over. It's bowling a crucial 9th over here as this innings is spiralling out of control. And remember Niaz, he's still there. He's on 55. Don't forget him.
Yeah, he's still there. What's the highest score we've had this week, Vinny, by an individual batsman?
All right, we're pretty much at it, aren't we?
Yeah, this might be it.
55. Ed and gone. He's nicked behind. And so an important wicket. Niaz, who could still stick around and do some damage, had been starved with a strike. It's a nice catch behind the stumps from Zahidullah Kamal. And Qureshi does it again for Helsinki Titans. Drew at 106 for 4.
You're a keeper, Vinny. Tell me what he does well here, because that's a fair pluck.
Well, he's in a good position to start with, right? So, I mean, I know the textbook will show it's not how to do it, but sometimes if you've got one hand there, the left hand was only going to kind of spoil him in that case. So I know it looks unusual, but he really didn't have a lot of time to react because of how fast the swing was from Niaz, because of how quickly the ball got on him. So sometimes you're better off just reacting with the one hand. Look, if you can get the other one here, that's fine, but I think if he'd done that, he just didn't have time to get the left hand to it. But Hamza Niaz, what a good innings from him. 55 of 25 with 3 big maximos, 6 fours in his innings. And he set up a very healthy total for the French here in match 9. 106 for 4.
Yeah, exceptional innings. He's got his team up to a more than competitive total. And still 10 balls left in this innings. Chowdhury to the crowd. Haven't faced a ball, but if one of those two can get a couple of boundaries at the end, they're going to get up to around that 125 mark, I think, and they'll be pretty happy with that.
The one-hand catch count today, is it 3? I see Dreux fell off the pace last time. More about that in a second. As this is in the air, they're going to get some runs here. They might get 2 if they hustle. They might get 4. Just be 2. I was going to say, when they kind of ran out of their key batsmen last time, they only scored 12 off their last 3 overs.
Oh, okay.
12 off the last 18 balls of the innings. And this is that position, essentially, last couple of overs. Fancy footwork. I know you're a big fan of the foot fielding.
Oh, get down, kids. If you're watching kids at home, use your hands. Always go with your hands first, but a little edge for 2 runs.
Last time, they only scored 4 off the 9th and 2 off the 10th as they ran out of their key batters. And that's the situation here. They want to produce more than that. They need to get 120 plus. And they need a bit of luck to do so. They'll get some here as Chowdhury. Well, it's a French cut from a Frenchman. You don't always see it.
Oh, well.
He gets 4 here. And Qureshi can't believe it. Wry smile from him as 4 runs goes onto the total.
It's good batting using the outside and inside edge. This time he gets 4. If you can master that, it's the perfect cricket shot, really. Yeah. French cut from a French batsman. Brilliant.
Seen it before. Now have. They need a bit of luck. Still got a couple of balls left in this over.
It'd be interesting if we ever saw a Chinese man bowl Chinaman.
Yeah, well, that's a good point as well. Goes for this, doesn't time it, but gets the placement, and this is going to be 4 more. This is good stuff from Chowdhury. He didn't have the best game this morning, and the result is 4 more. So producing a little bit better with the middle order this time. Dreux. They move on to 116 with still 1 ball remaining in the 9th over.
They'll be disappointed with that because just before that ball they brought mid-wicket in and put the point back, and well, didn't pay off because then the very next ball he just got it over mid-wicket's head and went for 4.
Nice ball for Qureshi. Hit hard, gets a fingertip on it, but Chowdhury, I think, he'll be happy enough to keep the strike. End of 9, 117 for 4. Look, Ahmedzai is out there as well, and I think he's a really underrated player as well. He contributes with the bat and the ball for Dreux. So he hasn't faced a ball yet, but I think Chowdhury getting a couple of away. Ahmedzai, certainly someone you're confident having on strike in this situation as well, as Dreux will look to get well over the 120 mark here in the first half of this match.
Yeah, it's going to be a tall ask for Helsinki later. We'll have a look at that worm. It's been growing. And a really good performance so far from Dreux. 6 balls to go. They need to maximise them as much as possible.
And this is a man, you never know what you're going to get from Adnan Saeed. But he bowled really well at the death yesterday. Kept it full and straight. Here he's bowled to Chowdhury. Has a bit of length, goes after it, hangs in the air, catching opportunity. Oh, and it's put down. And just get 1. And Jagmeet Singh is not able to get there. And I'll tell you what, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say the batters didn't really push for 2, did they? And it was a tough one over his shoulder. But I think the reason is that this man wants it. Ahmedzai said, leave me right here. Wants the strike. Faces his first ball now. Length. Now they're going to get 1 here.
Oh, so that's bad batting. They will get 1 in the end, but he wasn't going to run then. He really wanted to strike.
He really wants to strike, and he's only just got there. But the thing is, they might have got 2 here. That's the thing. Well, you could have probably got 2 because Chowdhury was there before he left.
You've got to take every run on offer. It's not like he's batting with the number 11 or number 10. You're actually batting with a set batsman who's on 12 or 5, so you've got to take every run available.
Doesn't matter how he got him, but he is on 12. And I get 1 here.
It would have been brilliant there if Chowdhury just put his hand up and said, no, Ahmedzai, you stay there.
We'll have to get in a relationship counsellor if that was the case. But yeah, that one takes him to 120. 3 balls plus.
It's evenly poised this game, isn't it? It's going to be a really enthralling second innings.
I think it will be. Here's Ahmedzai. He'll be loading up. And this is why, as he launches this one in front of square, Maximo! Ahmedzai lets the ball fly, and Saeed gets the treatment. 126 on the board, 2 balls remaining.
It's maybe the perfect ball for Ahmedzai. It's just a straight half volley. He gets enough bat under it. I don't even think that was out the screws, really. They cleared the boundary pretty comfortable.
It's the difference between getting it up in the block hole, bouncing it on the crease, and being about half a metre short. Just was able to get the middle of the bat on that. Maybe not the middle, but somewhere around the middle, but it wasn't. One he had to dig out with the toe. Ahmedzai wasn't running for that. He faces up again. Shorter. This is where I think maybe he hustled for 2, but they're never going to make it. Now they can probably go. Well, this is Ahmedzai going to be run out. I think once he saw the throw, he thought, well, come on, give me the strike back. Give me the strike back. I'm the man that's more likely to hit a boundary. You see here. And then he probably wasn't going to go, but when he saw the throw coming to the bowl, he said, well, come on. And Chowdhury says, I respectfully disagree, or the French equivalent. And it'll be 1 and a run out, 127 for 5.
Chowdhury should have come back for 2 there. He needed to go, because even if he gets run out there, you don't lose anything from it, and you get Ahmedzai back on strike. So it's not the worst thing, but look, that happens. Ahmedzai with a little cameo there, trying to get his team up to that 130 mark.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I've noticed the run between the wickets, the tactics. They've really become postmodern in the last couple of years on ECN. Last ball, Chowdhury wanted it, gets it, gets at least 1. I'll have to try for 2. Chowdhury, running out of oxygen, says, no, I'm happy with just the 1. So, well, Dreux, I know they've been inexperienced in the T10. We haven't seen them for a few years, but it's something that I think they'll have to work out. as this tournament goes on, but still take nothing away from the 10 overs that we saw from them. They're going to finish with 128 runs for the loss of 5 off their 10 overs. A very healthy score.
Yeah, I think at the start of this match, if you had to offer that to Dreux and said you'll come out on 128, you'd take that with both hands. They batted pretty well. It was a steady start, but they kept wickets in hand so that they could explode at the end, and that's exactly what they've done. And for me, well, Helsinki fielded pretty well as well. They tried to change up with the ball, but probably the batting team just slightly ahead.
Yeah, well, the big hand was on the 12, and that made it nubby o'clock. And Dreux still without a win in this series. Of course, the players, a lot of good feelings and sportsmanship between them. But it was a tale of the misfields. There was a 360 that wasn't planned from Jagmeet Singh. And then Nubby, early on, he thought that while he was there, it was going to be carnage as usual. But he held out. But then with some of the other players, in particular Hamza Niaz, who was able to pick up the slack. And they've set up a very healthy total here to defend.
Yeah, absolutely. And what Niaz did really well at the start of his innings, he didn't try over-hit the ball. He just timed it. He knew there was a little bit of pace behind it and found the gaps at will. There was a little bit of slight misfielding at backward point that screwed away for 4. And, well, the thing that Dreux did really well is they found the boundaries when they needed them most, and they hit boundaries in consecutive balls. And that was Niaz bringing up a 50, a class innings. And here was another smartly taken catch. And it was pretty impressive from Puste. He took 2 good catches in the outer ring, and he did a really good job for his side. And while it to and fro back and forth, there was a few wickets that happened in between, and that was Akil Arjunan, who had a bit of a mixed bag today, had one brilliant over and another over that went away for quite a lot. And that was a smart catch by Camille, the keeper. Just stuck out the right paw and hit right in the middle of it with the helmet on as well. And it brought us to near the end of the innings, and a couple of boundaries kept coming, and that was Abedzai clearing the front leg and making sure he got 6 more runs for his side. And you can see how pumped up they were in the dugout. And you can be pretty happy with your efforts if you're a Dreux batsman. 128 for 5 at the end of 10. We're going to take a quick look at the scorecards now, and the top order, well, they did fire. Hamza Niaz, 55 of 25, well done, and Ahmed Nabi gave him some good support, 23 of 13. And then throughout the innings, a few cameos. Nisa, 11, Bhatti, 12, and Chowdhury, 14. Also, Ahmedzai's 8 of 3. Only 5 extras to talk about, 4 wides and a no ball. Take a quick look at the bowling figures now, and well, a bit of a mixed bag. Siddiqui will be disappointed with that day, going at 15.5, and Arjunan, a real mixed bag, 2 for 35 off his 2 overs, and the economy of Jagmeet Singh really, really good, so only going for 8. It takes us to the halfway point of this game. I think for myself, looking at this, it's going to be that Dreux probably slightly ahead. I think they've gone about 8 runs over par. That Manhattan graph, they were pretty able to score around 10 and over the whole time, but that one big over, 28 off it, changed the context of this game. So we're at the halfway stage. It's 128 for 5. Please join us back in the next 5 to 10 minutes to see if the Helsinki Titans can chase it down. Thank you.
welcome back to Cartama Cricket Oval, the Costa del Sol, playing host to the second ever European Cricket League, brought to you by Bet2Ball and Keeper Inu. First edition in 2019 saw VOC Rotterdam crowned the kings of cricket in Europe, and we return 2.5 years later. Now the pandemic wasn't going to ruin our party this time, and 30 clubs are represented in this tournament. It'll be 144 games of T10 cricketing madness that will determine who will be the new kings. Will it be VOC Rotterdam defending their title? We'll see them in Group D in Week 4, joined by cricketers from all across the continent. Looking at this ECL 22 so far, shows me how far cricket has come in Europe in such a short period of time. These players giving all for their clubs and countries. It is Andrew here, Mr. Maximo for the European Cricket Network. It's a pleasure to be here, bringing you the second half of a pretty exciting game. Joining me in the commentary box is Corey Rutgers. Corey, I think it's game on. Dreux searching for their first win against the Titans. They're in a good position with 128 on the board.
Absolutely, Vinny. I think this will go down right to the wire. Here we go.
Here's Yassine to open up. Absolutely smashed by Mungal.
Well, get your eye in. He smoked that.
This is what I love about this form of the game.
What are your thoughts on the old two men on the leg side? Just two men.
I was going to say, Mungal, I had on my notes Mungal was facing, but actually that's Ghulam Abbas Butt who waxed the first one for none. What a good bit of fielding. That's Hakuk, native Frenchman, got in the way of that. He goes back on the boundary now. One swing and a miss. Well bowled.
It's an important game, this one, and they're all fighting for that third spot. That's well bowled. A little bit of a way swing. Tried to lean back on that to get the elevation, but sneaks under the bat. But yeah, it's a really, really important game, this one. We've got Dreux from France, the Helsinki Titans, and Svanholm from Denmark, who seem like it's a three-way shootout to get that third position, and really important going into the Thursday.
Seen again. And only 2 men on the leg side. That finds one of them.
Oh, well, don't go buy yourself a lottery ticket. There is literally there's a mid-on and a sort of floating mid-wicket on the boundary, and he couldn't have picked him out any better.
That's true. Well, it gets off the mark. He scored 103 runs on opening day. Ghulam Abbas Butt played, for me, one of the shots of the day. Down on one knee, caressing the ball, well over the cover boundary. Now, we're going to look at Mungal. And he's knocked over. Very first ball. Yassine, he was right on target. And the French, well, they're hunting early wickets, and they get Mungal for a golden. 1 for 1.
Yeah, played all round it. A little bit of miss I hit. Kept it straight. He's been bowling away swing, but this one didn't really go. Just angled in, and sort of held its line a little bit late, but snuck under the bat. Trying to play an expansive whip. Needed to go a little bit straighter with the blade. And it's 1 for 1, Vinny. Well, Dreux, they could have had a better start. They haven't got a win in the tournament yet, but if they win this, their chances go up skyrocketing.
Yeah, definitely. They're really going to tighten up mid-table if Dreux can pull this off, and they're in a good position. I had Qureshi. Wow, he's been sent out number 3. We've seen him having a very good week with the ball. And
this always makes me laugh, Vinny.
Yeah.
You've got a golden duck and the new batsman coming in and you start telling him what's going on.
I think you're just saying, don't be like me. Expect a full straight one.
Oh.
I mean, maybe you can benefit from that information, but I'm pretty sure Qureshi saw the stumps rearranged first ball from the dugout.
Probably saying play with a straight bat, I hope. I mean, they've got to get off to a bit of a fly. You need to go at 12.8. Remember, it's only a 3-over power play, 2 men permitted outside the ring, so you do have to get on with it. Don't want to lose too many wickets in clumps either. Plenty of noise out there, isn't it, Vinny? They're fizzed up.
I often say if you're going to make a duck, make it a quick one.
Yep.
Don't use up too many deliveries. So I had Qureshi at 3. It was the full one again. So yeah, that tactic 7-2.
Oh no!
And that's one of the problems with only having 2 on the other side.
No, he's gone the old. Let's just go the soft throw back to the keeper, and he's lobbed him beautifully.
He's just airmailed it.
Look at this, the old little gentle throw. Whoop. And off she goes. We'll take one, thank you.
Cameras are here. Realised
Oh, no.
I wasn't going to get that. Now, well, this is big because the Golden Butt comes back on strike. And he's Helsinki's answer to Ahmed Nabi at the top of the order. And this is in the air. It's hanging a long time. He's got to go a long way, the fielder, but he takes it. Oh, well, luck's the fortune. They gave away a run, and it brought the Golden Butt on strike. And Ahmed Zai ran back, took a very, very good catch. So Helsinki, they lose both openers in the first over. It's 2 for 2.
Well, what do I know? You only need 2 on the leg side because they picked him out twice that over. A little Chippington over mid-on, didn't get enough of it, and it's a pretty good catch. He's tracked back, and he made that look a lot easier than it was and catches it comfortably inside the rope. Dreux, they're well on top. 2 wickets in the first.
Yeah, wow, that's quite unbelievable. But 103 yesterday. He was only dismissed once. He was averaging over 100. Well, cricket's a great evener. Expression that I like, and it's very, very true. Afridi Yassin, who has set this game on fire for the French. It's 2 for 2. Gulamabasput, he'll be disappointed, but that's the nature of T10 cricket. I'm sure we'll see plenty more of him before the end of the week. Look, I think that time they only had 2 on the leg side, but that one was so high, and the field, the dimensions that it is, those 2 can cover a larger percentage of the field. That hung up so high that the fielder, Ahmed Zai, had time to get to the ball, but still had to complete a difficult catch.
Yeah, he made it look a lot easier, didn't he? And you've got to hold and take all your chances. We know this Helsinki batting lineup, they bat deep and they're highly aggressive, so they won't feel like they're out of it yet, but they need to get that first boundary just to cool the jets a little bit and get a bit of momentum in this run chase.
The first over at 2 for 2, and now we do see Wahid Abdul bowling, the headband warrior.
Yep.
Didn't see him this morning, which surprised us a little bit, especially because that game was, I wouldn't say it was a blowout. It was 7 balls to spare for Svanholm in the end, chasing down Dreux. Total of 102. So it was a tense game. They didn't bowl him. Maybe they're just managing him a couple of overs a day. Gets a bit of pad, and this one's going to be a race, and I think the ball's going to win it. It's going to be 4 again. No protection in that area. It's not exactly what was planned from the batter, but they will get 4 runs, the Titans.
Yeah, you'll take it. Any boundary is a good boundary for the team. I mean, they've only got 3 on the leg side. There's no one at 45 and no one at fine leg, and that's cost them an extra 4 runs there. So, Abdul, he bowls a heavy ball. Decent enough pace. A bit more of a regular field you see now. Third man and deep square are the 2 boundary riders.
Wahid Abdul. Again, some pad. Just be 1. So, look, chasing 130, it's a bit different to chasing 100. You know, you just can't dawdle. You kind of have to take risks.
No, you got to get off it.
Yeah, you can't leave it for a big finish. A bit like Svanholm did this morning to Dreux. They kind of paced themselves a little bit and then had the wickets in hand and the batters with their iron to do it late in the game. But at 130, they'd want to be 26 after this over. It doesn't look likely at this stage. Again, pad almost blown off. Good bowling by Abdul. Well, they've saved him up for this game. He certainly looks like he's fired up.
Yeah, that's that heavy length again, sort of hitting on the just below the hip. And I remember a few years ago when he bowled to Big OC and a few teams there, everyone came off saying there's something about him. He's not easy to get away.
Built like a fast bowler, isn't he?
Yeah.
One's hit flat, won't carry. Chance if he hits. Oh, that would have been gone.
Yeah.
It was picked up by Ahmed Zai, who pulled off an outstanding catch earlier in the over. They had a chance here to get rid of Qureshi.
Yeah, straight to him. He'd be disappointed. He had 3 stumps to aim at. He got it away pretty quickly, and he would have been out by a long way. So he'd be disappointed there. That's definitely a chance missed. Helsinki Titans desperately need to get a boundary away. And you see we're keeping everyone awake, which is great. Bit of glove on that, Vinny, and probably missed out there. Back of a length, had to help it on the way. Just the single. It's 10 for 2 off 2. Perfect start for Dreux.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be really happy with that. And that just pushes that rate up so quickly, so early. Helsinki Titans must feel like there's a mountain to climb, especially with no Willem Abbas-Butt to contribute. Well, the crowd's in now. Hello to you guys over there. Say hello to us in the fan zone. Give us a wave. We're up here in the commentary box and we're loving the action as Dreux yet to come up with a win.
Well, this is why it's so important. If they do come up with a win, Vinny, you're going to have 3 teams locked on 2 points, and those 3 teams are then definitely fighting for that 3rd place.
That's exactly right. The difference between 3rd and 4th is significant. You get a free pass, essentially, although you do have to fight for position in the top 3, but you know you're going to feature on finals day. And it's all about pressure games. Okay, the top 3 will play on Thursday. Won't be the same kind of pressure, I think, that the eliminators will carry. Here's Yassine back for a second over. And he goes up and away again. It's got some hang time. The fielder's going back and he's dropped it. Ahmed Nabi does stop the 4 in the end. Wow, that was reminiscent of Steve Waugh against the West Indies, running back with the flight of the ball. Unfortunately, Nabi can't take what would have been an amazing catch, but it does stop the 4. Bounced off his shoulder in the end after bouncing off his hands.
Never easy running back with the flight of it, but he actually made good ground. I think he'll be disappointed in the end he didn't pluck it. He did a good job. Opportunity missed again.
This one's going high as well, but this one's not coming down on the field all the way. Maximo! What a shot that is by Zahidullah Kamal. Well, this one did have what it took to clear the ropes.
Yeah, got the half volley length and got enough bat under it, all the way for 6. Being dropped the previous ball, he's been given a life, he's got nothing to lose. I like how still he was there at the crease. Stable base, just gets those hands under it.
You see him with a comeback ball. Oh, this is going to be more runs. Is this going to go all the way? Not quite. 1 bounce, 4 runs. Top edge. Again, pace have you seen working against him?
Well, it's a fickle game sometimes. It was 2 for 10 when that drop happened. He gets a live, then hits a 6, and then gets a bit of luck with the 4. It could have been 3 for 10, Vinny.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We've seen some twists and turns. What I would say about those early wickets, at least they were so early. Hasn't wasted too many balls. See Zahidullah Kamal, he's come out with the approach. He has to move things along. Preferred him to a couple of other options. Number 4 position this match.
Really important last 3 balls of this power play.
Fuller. Just get one here. Again, after 3 overs, they'd want to be 39 to be on pace. Just a bit behind, but it's about not falling further behind as well at this point, because they want 65 off the first half. If they could get at least 55 to 60, keeps them in the conversation.
Yeah, it's tough. They lost those 2 in the first over, so they're going to be playing catch-up straight away.
And their best player from yesterday, back in the shed early. Again, it's full. Dugout for 1. Yassine's been good so far in this ECL. He's just got that aggression and there's a bit of an intensity to the Dreux fielding effort, isn't it? Very collective, very supportive of each other. I think you always feel like you're under the pump if you're out in the middle.
Well, their tournament life isn't on the line, but their top 3 spot is on the line.
Last ball of the power play. Slower ball. And handled particularly cleanly by Mohamed Nisar, so they will get the single. Kamal will keep the strike, and at the end of 3 overs, it is 25 for 2.
Yeah, 25 for 2, so obviously Dreux will be the happier of the 2 sides there. They've won that power play. Kamal, he's still there. He's 15 off 8. Needs to play substantial innings for his team. So I think going to get a little bit more difficult though when the slower bowlers come in. I think it's Tabish Bhatti now, the captain, left arm off spin coming in. We look, compare the power plays, and well, it's going in the right direction now. But that first over really put a dent in this chase.
Yeah, you're right there. And I think the 2 overs from Bhatti are going to be crucial because you can't really play him out for single digits.
He's good, isn't he?
In this situation, I mean, the run rate required now is knocking on the door of 15 and over.
There's one thing I've noticed. So when Bharti's bowled, he never puts a 45 in place, and no teams have played a lap sweep, or they've not tried to just skew it around the corner. It might be an option. If you've got it in the locker, do that, open an area, get 4 there, and then maybe move the field a little bit.
Yeah, bowling around the wicket, you'd say to be a candidate to lap, wouldn't you? Because he's just going to be angling in to you a little bit, make early position. Yeah, there's Bhatti. Has a bit of pace on it, a bit of a mix-up here, but it's fumbled. Still might have had a chance.
Well, Barty's having a snooze. He didn't get behind the stumps. Oh, it was definitely not a one at first, and then he throws it.
And then he played the role of goalkeeper. Intercepted the ball. Wakey. This is hit really hard, but it's Alexander Hakuk who does the fielding. And he's a man I want to see some more of. One of my favourites, pulled out fantastic run out back in 2019, throwing down the stumps from side on. He's a specialist fielder. That's what he is. Oh, this one almost carries, but doesn't quite.
Yeah, half a chance at most. Pretty much a good stop, really. Could have been stopped by long on anyway. Just jarred his hand on it. Did it carry, Vinny?
Not quite. I think it just bounces before the hand. Butty, though, hasn't gone for a boundary as yet. That's until now, because this one is launch, slog, sweep, and that one's in the jungle. Good luck finding that one. Maximal! Qureshi explodes with a big shot over the leg side.
Yeah, right in the wheelhouse, half volley. I guess he's back beautifully under that, and that goes a long way. He got every piece of that. They needed that desperately. Can he go again? You're right, you can't take Buddy for singles the whole time. You need to find those boundaries.
This match situation, you just can't. Once again, this time Hakuk's got some work to do. That's what the young man does. I like him. Picked it up cleanly, got there really quickly. So this over's gone for 10. Remember, they needed 15 and over before this over, pretty much. So anything less than Maximo here has put them further behind. This go nowhere, but they will get a single. So Kamal will retain the strike. 4 overs down. The score is 36 for 2. 4 overs down in this. And Dreux hoping for their first win. But I'll tell you, a couple more teams that are hunting some wins tonight in Gibraltar. Now it's going to be the Sloggers versus the Pirates tonight. So I know that there's a few Pirates fans out there. There's plenty of Sloggers fans out there as well. Now these two are in the bottom 2 positions at the moment. But with finals tomorrow, only one of them will make it to the finals night tomorrow. So there's going to be some really entertaining matches in Gibraltar tonight. And it's coming up. And the start is around about just over an hour away. So it starts at 4:30 p.m. GMT, which is 5:30 in Central Europe, 10 p.m. in India. They play 2 matches, and situation there, the Pirates, they need to win both if they're going to make the finals day tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm liking the Pirates there. On an upset victory, back in the Pirates.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a few good players, the Pirates. Now this is well timed. Oh, has that gone all the way? Surely not. One bounce. It almost did. And you see Ebola coming in. And it's coming Ahmedzai, who he can come up with a good bit of fielding. This time, just strays on the legs. The boundaries is what the Titans need. And they get another one through Kamal, who's 22 off 12.
Yeah, he's taken that early life with both hands at the moment. He's starting to explode. Is what exactly Helsinki need. They slipped down the leg side. He's quick hands there to catch up with that. He got quite a lot of bat on that.
Did well. Sloggers Pirates tonight. Joe Wagasani will be taking you through the action. Last day of round robin matches down in Gibraltar. Oh, no ball. And well, the French Cup being used against the French now, and it'll be free hit coming up.
Well, talk about a bit of misfortune on 2 ends. Well, no ball. You can't be doing that as a bowler, but the inside edge for 4 just adds insult to injury. Yeah,
I think it was.
I think it was as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's huge, Vinny. All of a sudden, you go from 4 off 1 to 9 off 1. Game on.
Exactly. And free hit coming up. You can really have a go at this. Kamal needs no invitation.
Oh, I'm looking forward to how hard he swings here.
Oh, he's just going to play the same game, I think. Oh, it's going to be...
Well, I think that might be wide, Vinny.
Is that a wide? What's that gone over the stumps? It's a bye. Let's go. Why is this not?
Oh, that's a wide for me. That's a wide for me.
That's the rule in ECL.
That's a big decision because now they don't get the free hit.
Yeah. If it went over leg stump or a part leg stump, that's one thing. But it did seem that the whole ball missed the leg stump.
Yeah, it's marginal, but I mean, if I'm the batting team, I'm a little bit upset there because if that's called a wide, I get my free hit again and a bonus run. So
some people will say, in some cricket, okay, the batter's moved out of his position, but we're pretty black and white here on ECN. If it misses leg stump, unless it's gone between the batter and the stumps, you should be getting a wide. So no free hit now. And now we'll have a wicket. Of course we will, as this is going to be caught and bowled. Ahmedzai does get the wicket. Well, nothing going right for the Titans in this chase as they lose a third wicket. Ahmedzai comes up with it, and he comes up with the catch. And now it's 46 for 3.
Well, it happens a lot in cricket, little marginal decisions. I think that should have been the free hit ball, and instead it's the dismissal, and that turns the head on its game a little bit. Dreux, they take the ascension here and
turns the head on its game.
Yep, I just said that.
Famous words from Curry Rutgers.
It's a long day, Vinny.
But look, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Because they were just mounting a bit of a challenge there, the Titans, but now they're going to have to rebuild again and keep hitting boundaries while they do it. It's 46 for 3.
Yeah, it's a big wicket. They had the momentum, didn't they? And these two were building pretty nicely in that partnership, so you'd be disappointed to get out then. But, I mean, not out of it yet. Helsinki Titans have shown on a few occasions they bat quite deep, and they all have the ability to be explosive. It's a big ask. We're almost at the halfway stage in this chase. But Dreux fighting hard for their first win in the tournament.
Fortunate. This will be 4. Well, I suppose luck goes both ways, doesn't it? And this one brings up the 50 for the Helsinki Titans. Fahim Nelancherry is new to the crease. Well, gets a bit of luck first up. And they need boundaries from somewhere. This will do.
Yeah, just a little edge scooting through there, and enough on it to race away to the boundary. So the old inside edge and outside edge this over. You do need a lot of luck when you're chasing such a big score, don't you, Vinny?
Yeah, I agree.
Well played as well.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the best you can do there, really, is jam your bat down on it. You're not going to get the middle of the bat on it. It's going to be somewhere down the bottom. So, Ahmedzai doing a good job. Yeah, that borderline wide call. That's the thing, is it wasn't really above the stumps, so I don't think it bounced over the stumps in the end. So, if it didn't hit the stumps, I felt like it had to be called a wide. It cost them a run and a delivery and a free hit and potentially a wicket, but that's T10 cricket for you. Last ball of the 5th. Oh, this one surprises Nelancherry. He gets a bit of glove on this. Count your fingers after this one. Ahmedzai going for 15 off the over. But it was a successful one as far as wickets are concerned. Did pick up the one. Let's have a look at this. Where does this one get him? I thought it was off the gloves.
Yeah, that's hurried him up a bit, hasn't it?
Gloves or higher. So you see that one not really in position, but does retain the strike. At the end of 5 overs, the score is 51 for 3. But they're going to have to get a wriggle on. 51 off the first half. And they're going to need 78 off the second half.
Well, it was about at this stage in the first innings where that big over came, wasn't it? It was around 28 or 30 runs and sort of changed the momentum of that first innings. They're going to need a 25 plus over, you sort of feel, just to stay in the hunt.
The Titans management looking a bit nervously at how this game is going.
Mohamed Nasir has made a 50 in this game. What can he do with the ball now?
Yeah, and watch him bowling his leg spin. Bit of extra bounce, beating the bat. And this just shows you, well, put it this way, Helsinki got within 10 runs of England. If Dreux knocked them off, and look at Dreux versus Tunbridge Wells, the English team, anything's possible. Tosses it up, and this will be cut off down the ground by Ahmedzai, who's in the game at the moment. Just one, and just one's not good enough for the Titans at the moment.
Zahidullah Kamalvo's back on strike now. He's on 26.
Tossed up, he goes for it. He's going to get lucky, finds some grass, and a bit of a fumble job down there on the boundary by Shazeb Mohammed, but does cut it off. Costs them 2. Once again, even when there's 2s at the moment, that run rate still climbs. It's up approaching 17 and over. Almost up to that 3-a ball that I normally call the point of no return at this ground. You see the run rate required going above that. You rarely see it coming down again.
You saw it. Was it once Sweden chasing down Belgium?
Sweden blew that theory out of the water. Pulled away, I should say. Down to Mohamed Chowdhury.
And this, once again, made 50 with the bat. He's come in here and he's only got for 4 off his first 4. He'll be absolutely ecstatic with that. If he gets away with this over without conceding a boundary, you're going to have to think it's too much for Helsinki Titans to do.
Yeah, it's now or never. This one should be a simple catch. And he's and now we almost have a run out. That's not Nubby, is it?
Well, I tell you right now, Vinny, I know how that man feels. I know how he feels.
Welcome to the Corey Rutgers School of Catching.
It's not easy.
Ahmed Nubby, there was no way he's dropping this.
No, it's not easy.
You know what he's thinking? He's thinking there's no way I can drop this. And as soon as those thoughts enter your head, and the batters almost didn't run.
They're having a giggle to each other there.
Now, I can giggle about this one, but he wasn't giggling when he dropped Hamid Shah first game this morning, and Shah went on and blasted a half century to win the game for Svanholm. I suppose they can have a smile as they well ahead in this game at the moment. The Titans chasing 129 for victory. They're 57 for 3 after 6.
Well, it just proves, Vinny, there's no easy catches. We all put them down. It's human nature, it's life, and we should move on from people that drop catches.
We might be able to change the graphic and get the Ahmed Nabi streak of drop catches.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, maybe we should.
Today. But Nabi still can't take your eyes off that player. He is one of the players to watch in ECL 22. Now, Ahmed Zai, looks like he's coming on for a second over. Why not?
What do you think the win percentage is for Helsinki Titans, Vinny? 3-5%?
Single digits, yeah. Single digits.
Gonna have to
Tell you what, though, they need one player to go massive, and one player that has scored quickly so far is Zahidullah Kamal, who's facing up. Let's say 5%. That's called Vinviz. Winviz, yeah. There he goes for it. Doesn't quite get it out of the middle, but I think this will be 4. It is. And so boundaries required. And it's Zahidullah Kamal. Almost everything has to go right for the Titans from here for them to pull this off. Gets 4.
Well, I'm banging my head a little bit because they've got mid-wicket in the ring. I mean, I think fine leg could come up. You've got to have a deep mid-wicket. They have to go at 17s. It's only going one area.
Valid comment. And the comparative scores are pretty similar at the moment. As we see this one hit, and I think this will be 6, and it is Maximo! 6-4, Kamal, he hits 40. They need plenty more of that, the Titans, if they're going to pull off this. There will be a sequel to the Impossible Chase.
Yeah, gets the half volley this time, and look how still he is at the crease as he connects. Good cricket shot. Now they make the change. Mid-wicket's going back, and third man is coming up. But 10 off 2. We just mentioned they're going to need that 25 plus over. This is their chance.
We talked about the comparative scores, but the last 4 overs were very expensive for the Titans. Last 4 overs went for 18, 28, 11 and 11.
And that's a wide as well, Vinny. That's 11 off 2 now. Yep, fair enough.
Yes, I mean, what is that? That's 68 came off the last 4 overs. So that's pretty much, they're going to have to do what Dreux did, basically.
This is the over, Vinny. 11 off 2. This has to go for 25 plus.
Need some magic. Swing and miss. That one hurts. It's just, I mean, you've got to have a bit of luck as well when you're swinging at everything. One false shot and you're gone. You're living on a knife's edge here if you're the Helsinki Titans. And Ahmed Zai, he's the kind of guy, I know his figures don't look great in this game, but he's the kind of guy you want the ball in his hand. He's a competitor, isn't he? He's got 3 balls left and he wants to avoid the damage. Where's length? Now this is hanging a long time. It could be caught, and it is caught. Nice catch by Afridi Yassin, who's been excellent in this innings for Dreux. First with the ball, and now with his safe hands at needed wicket. And he removes Zahidullah Kamal. Not before an excellent innings of 40, but he's got to go. And Titans feel that might have been their last hope walking off the field as they fall to 68 for 4.
Yeah, really good catch, smart catch, and held his nerve there because that is a big moment in this match. You sort of feel for Zahidullah Kamal, he hasn't been supported much in this innings. He did his job. An impressive 40 off 21, 2 6s and 4 4s, but you sort of feel that might be all she wrote. Vinny, he needed to bat through to the end.
Good knock from him though. I think they found someone that they can throw up there, up in the top 4. He's able to 2 6s and 4 4s in that innings. Almost to a ball. But his departure sees the captain come to the crease, Aniket Puste. And so had a few Dreux supporters getting a bit nervous in the chat, and I actually felt that it was almost tangible. It's not in the field that they were just a little bit anxious about how that was going. That'll settle them a bit. Now the captain, can he pull off a miracle for the Titans? Oh no, because he has his middle stump knocked back first ball by Khalid Ahmadzai. So Puste, who's excellent in the field, but he won't do too much with the bat. He goes for a golden duck. And just like that, Ahmadzai's on a hat-trick at 68 for 5.
Yeah, tough to come out when you need to go at nearly 20 and over and hit your first ball for 6. And he just kept it straight. Tried to give himself room to loft it over extra cover, but really difficult shot to play first ball. And there goes the middle peg. And we might be on for a hat-trick here, Vinny, because the new batsman's going to have to come out and show the same amount of intent.
Yeah, I suppose so. That was one. The bails almost ended in Wales. Cameron Ahmadzai, who I said he's the sort of guy you'd want the ball in his hand. Well, he's taken 2 wickets in a row. This will be his last ball of his spell as well. Last ball of this match for Ahmadzai. Disappointment for Aniket Puste. He didn't have time to stick around. The batter comes out to the crease. Wahid Qureshi to face the hat-trick ball. We haven't had a hat-trick so far in any cricket on ECN this year.
Well, you've got a good opportunity here. If you're a bowler, get it straight.
Yeah.
Just get it straight.
Any ball hitting the stumps.
Yeah.
Yorker be a good option.
You calling it?
No. Here's Ahmadzai, hat-trick ball.
Yes.
That's why I've done this longer than you. It's the end of the 7th over, and the score is 68 for 5. But look, Corey, we've had 4 big games here today, and they don't get too much bigger than what we're going to get in the last game of the day as the 2 undefeated teams go head-to-head in match 10 of Group A. It's going to be Tunbridge Wells from England against the Austrian Cricket Tigers. ACT had an early win. They've won the toss. I think both teams wanted to bat first in match 10. ACT will get to do that. You know, they've got a really good top 6 or 7. They love to hit, but I'm really keen to see how they do it against the quality bowling that Tunbridge Wells is going to serve up.
Yeah, this is a bit of a doozy. Both teams 3-0, so one of them will have their first loss. I think it's going to go right down to the wire, and I'm not going to be brave enough to say the winner because I'm not sure on that one.
I can't wait to see the bat versus ball on that one. Chris Williams comes back to lead Tunbridge Wells. I think he'll open up with Alex Williams, but they're going to have to be chasing in match 10. Bhatti comes back. He's a good option to have back. And this one would have been out by a mile. One stump to aim at. And Nisar unable to hit them. So that match 5 will be starting in approximately half an hour. We're 1 hour away from the start in Gibraltar. If you can do 2 devices, good time to get it on. Hit hard, and this one's going to be into the gap, and it's going to be 4. It's a nice shot by Nellen Cherry. And you do feel this is spiraled out of control now. They need something hyper magical to get back in this game, but this is a nice looking shot. Standard delivery job from Nellen Cherry.
Yeah, gets that sort of wideish half volley, and he absolutely laced that. No chance for cover. Well, a little bit more of that. Maybe you can try and take it deep, needing maybe 25 off the last and get a small miracle, but they are a long way away at the moment, Vinny.
Yeah. Still, all helps your confidence. One, this is Hakuk. Comes around. Never seems to fumble. Alexander Hakuk. That's what he's in there for. He's in a key position. It's great to see. Yeah, the Frenchman, native Frenchman, in a key position. Look at that. Not going anywhere. Yeah, Luke Belgium in the chat makes the point that Tunbridge Wells looks to be more or less full strength. We know they rested a few players, including the captain Chris Williams, earlier today. But I think they know what a big game it is against the Austrians. We'll get another one here.
I think in a game like that, when you're coming up with probably the number 1 and number 2 seed as well, there's a bit of bragging rights that go on that first match. I mean, when you get a win against a team that's maybe seated above you, you take that momentum later in the tournament when you play each other again. So the next match coming up will be a bit of a doozy. And that's going to be 5 wide, Vinny.
That's a freebie. Doesn't cost a ball. So that one will actually help. Keeps the run rate required significantly. Had a couple more of those. Again, it's not an easy one for the keeper, but I feel like just has to anticipate this a bit earlier. See, by the time he goes, the horse is bolted.
Drifting down the leg side. 5 for free.
They could use a few more of those. Keeps them in it just. They're on the lifeline.
Last ball for Bhatti. He's gone for 22. He's going to miss. Umpire says that's fine. And so at the end of the over, Helsinki Titans 79 for 5. They did the damage early, didn't they? When you think they got both openers with only 2 runs on the board, it's always going to be hard for Helsinki Titans. Who knows? You may see these two teams battling again later in the week. Right now, Dreux with the honours. And they only won one match in ECL 19. That was against the Romanians, Cluj. So I'm sure they'll be thrilled to get a win on the board in ECL 22. Wahid Abdul is going to come on to bowl tonight.
Yeah, they will be thrilled to get their first win. They're almost over the line here, and it really does open this group right up. Still a little bit of work to do. We'll get through these next few balls with no scares. Abdul's back.
Let's get inventive.
They're trying to play that little sort of ramp pull shot.
Straight over the stumps, isn't it?
Yeah, it has. That one wasn't singing to wide. Not too sure on that option there because there is a fine leg in place and a deep backward square. Maybe he was just trying to help it over the keeper even. I'm not too sure. He's better off standing deep in mid-wickets in, trying to get it over mid-wicket.
This one is going to be 4 off the end of the bat. It's a bit of luck here. Constellation runs you feel at this stage for the Titans. Abdul, not too much wrong with the delivery, but it's dug out. I mean, you can bowl the perfect ball. That pretty much was. It was full. It was hitting the popping crease. Wahid Qureshi is able to manufacture 4 runs.
Yeah, it can be tough on the bowler sometimes. He executed his skill perfectly, but an under edge scoots away for 4. It can happen.
Swing and a miss. This will be a dot ball. Yeah, a lot of people wondering what the supercomputer's thinking. Well, have a look at this. It's picking a close game.
Yeah.
Tunbridge Wells 108, 106. Do you think that's fair? Both these teams,
yeah,
3 in a row?
Honestly, there's a little bit of like England and the Austrian national teams as well. The Austrian team take it on massively. England have the more, say, cricket-based skills with their fielding and their movements. It's an interesting contest.
So Cricket Tigers only conceding 69 per 10 overs. I mean, that's really good.
Wow.
Bowled by Wahid Abdul.
I mean, if you've tuned in for 4 games today, you're surely hanging around for the 5th because that's match of the day, isn't it?
And if you're watching perhaps somewhere that's a few hours ahead of us, like Australia, that kind of time zone, New Zealand, well,
good morning.
Put the kettle on because I think you don't want to go to sleep just yet. It'll be approaching midnight in the west of Australia, 2 or 3 a.m. on the east. You don't want to miss the last match of the day, that's for sure. Well, Abdul gets pounded. This is high, and that's going to go all the way. Maximo! Nice shot by Nellen Cherry, who's made some nice strokes in his innings so far of 18.
Well, they're down to 0.1% chance because if he does that for the next remaining balls, they will get over the line. But good shot. He holds his shape there pretty well. Plenty of bat on it. Gets enough on it for 6.
Don't think Abdul enjoyed that. Last ball of his spell. Goes length. That's a pretty good shot as well. Well, that is going to be 6 more.
Told you, Vinny.
Wow. That takes it down to 33 off the last over. We'll have to do something supersonic. Nellen Cherry, he's the man who with the hot hand, but he won't be on strike for the start of the 10th. Big Maximo finishes the 9th. The score now, Helsinki requiring plenty more. The score is 95 for 5.
Amazing bat speed on that last shot. Wasn't the worst ball in the world, but he sort of just swatted it over wide extra cover. 33 off the last. Well, stranger things have happened, haven't they, Vinny?
Yeah, it'll be tough. But, yeah, I suppose so. It'll be a record for us. The score is 95, so I actually got 34 required. Clarified in a second.
Oh, we're going backwards.
That's right, not for long. Anyway, it's going to be Nisha, so wrist spinner. And he knocks him over straight away. Well, Wahid Qureshi didn't have the luxury of just trying to push a signal and get Nellen Cherry back on strike, did he? Because they needed basically 5 or 6 a ball. So he had to roll the dice. Comes up with nothing but fresh air as the Titans
They go down in this one, 95 for 6.
Yeah, good bowling from the wrist spinner. Not too much turn, but slows it up and tries to make the batsman make all the pace on the delivery. A little bit of purchase there. Top of off stump, right off the textbook, and a nice wicket for himself.
Nissa's bowled really well.
Wrist spin can be handy in this format, can't it?
Some of the bowlers causing lots of problem in this tournament so far. I think a lot of them have been wrist spinners, like McCaffrey as well. I thought he bowled really well. Had better figures today. He's got a lot of tricks. Different sorts of wrist spin as well. That's what I find quite fascinating. The subtleties of the art.
Yeah, some people come right from behind themselves and more skidded on, more round arm, get a bit more spin. It is beautiful to watch.
After wicket keepers, I think wrist spinners are the next biggest weirdos in cricket. Discuss.
After commentators, maybe.
Their own breed. Here's Nisa. Wrong in that time.
No, it definitely wasn't, Vinny. Spun sideways. What are you looking at?
I'm picking it from the box. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, you got that one wrong. That ragged.
There's a reverse wrong. Yeah, see? Next one is just going to be one.
Tell you what, this is a lovely time to be a bowler, to get the stats up here. I'd be bowling this so slow, I would go shopping here.
Would you?
Put this into the moon and hope you get yourself a wicket.
There you go.
Yep, there you are. It's out.
This is gone, I think.
Yeah, they're going to go to the third umpire, Vinny, but this is why it's a perfect time to be a bowler.
Nellen Cherry's already walking off. I think he knows the score. Has quick hands by Umar Zahir. Just make sure he doesn't go in front of the stumps here.
Oh, hello.
There you go.
That's going to be a no ball, I think, Vinny. Is it at the point where you catch the ball?
He can't come in front of the stumps until the ball passes the stumps. If you go back even further, it's right side on.
Oh, no. Oh, no. This could be a no-y. I reckon he's taking the ball in front of the stumps. Yeah, you can see his gloves. Well, is it where you take the ball?
They're not allowed to go behind. They're not allowed to go in front of the back of the stumps.
Hey?
So the back edge of the stumps, you're not allowed in front. And in fact, it's been called a no ball.
Oh, wow.
So there you go. That's the perfect shot there. And I think that's enough for the third umpire to say that's not out.
To clarify, it's not where you take the ball. You just can never go ahead.
You cannot break the plane of the stumps until one of two things happens. Either the ball has passed the stumps or it's hit the batter or the bat.
Okay.
So he breaks the plane there before the ball has passed the stumps. So but there you go. There go the figures.
Oh, well, I don't want to be a bowler right now. It's terrible.
He's got a free hit. Nellen Cherry as well. He's a man with a dozen to his name. Good call by the officials. I know it's tight.
Very good call.
His free hit, and he'll probably just put it for one. But you know, you think about bowlers and things like that. For example, batters, if they're just short of the line, they're out. So if a keeper breaks the plane, and I'm saying this is a keeper, it's happened to me as well. You know, they're the rules. It's black and white. This one's a leg spinner. Back and picking them well.
Well done, Vinny.
And this one, we'll see them go to 98 with a ball remaining. All right. This is in the air. And, well, this be caught. Oh, we always had a position. Now, kamikaze dive from Shazeb Mohammed. I'm just happy that there were no injuries there. I mean, the drop catch won't mean too much. And I think this will do it. So we'll have to get our accountants on the final score, but I think it's about 100. Nevertheless, Helsinki Titans are going to fall a little bit short of this one. And Dreux, well, congratulations to them. It's their first win in ECL 22. It really gets their week back on track. The French, well, they're here and they're ready to party. But it was the batting really that set this up. And then the opening spell of Afridi is seen with those two big wickets, including seeing the back of the golden butt very, very early in the chase. And I think in the end, I think the score 128 to 99. We'll clarify that in a second. But look, Titans, they fought hard, really. They had to chase 130, never easy. And they'll look back at the first half of this match and say that is where it got away. As Dreux came out, they were full of confidence. They're always full of fire. And what a start it was from Afridi Yassine.
Yeah, absolutely. They wanted to defend these runs to get their first win, and this helped perfectly. 2 wickets in the first over, and when you're chasing a pretty big score, it couldn't have got off to a worse start for Helsinki Titans. Fans were absolutely loving it. There were some lofty blows in between to try and get the Titans into this run chase. There was a nice log sweep for 6, and a little bit of luck. We had a lot of French cuts, didn't we? A lot of outside edges that went for 4. There was one there, and there was another skied one which was caught well by Ahmedzai. Ahmedzai had a pretty good game with the ball. He ended up with 3 for. Very handy all-round player for Dreux. And like I mentioned, a bit of luck here and there with edges, and almost getting his head taken off with that one. A shocking drop there by Nabi, but it happens to the best of us.
That was a real howler.
It does happen.
But that's the kind of player he is. He'll probably take a one-hander next game. Who cares? And Cameron Ahmedzai, well, he cares. And he put in a good shift with the ball for Dreux in this one. Hat-trick at one stage, 3 wickets in Cameron Ahmedzai. Important runs to the back, important runs I should say, at the back end of the first innings, Cameron Ahmedzai as well. And this one, it was the last ball of the match. In the end, it is 99 that was scored by the Helsinki Titans. So they go down 128 to 99. And we see the beautiful surrounds of this Cardiff Cricket Oval in Malaga, the beautiful region of Andalusia as well on the Costa del Sol, which means the Sunshine Coast. Well, a few clouds around today, but still plenty of sunshine. And the sun was shining on Dreux as they opened their account here in match number 9 in Group A. Probably take a look at the scorecard in a second. If not, I'll read it out to you, and I can tell you that for the Titans, it was Ahad Qureshi made a dozen at number 3, but it was Zahidullah Kamal who really excelled with 40 off 21. Ellen Cherry tried hard for 25, not out. And apart from that, wasn't too much to write home about. Ahmedzai with 3 for 25. He was pretty good, wasn't he? 2 wickets for Afridi Yassin early on. That set the tone. 1 for Nisa. Well, Corey, it's been great to have you here once again. I know you're probably going to watch the last one from the fan zone. Be careful for the balls flying into the fan zone. That is a constant hazard. Don't try and catch them. You don't want to extend that streak. It's been great having you. And how are you enjoying your ECL experience so far in 2022? Last time you were a player. This time you're up here in the commentary box with us. Have you found it? Yeah, it's good, and it's pretty exciting. Again, once we're seeing in this T10 format, I think anyone can win this. I really do. I'm looking forward to this clash coming up, though. This is probably the number 1 and number 2 seed in the group, and I'm smelling a little bit of an upset. Well, based on what we've seen so far, the form of these 2 teams, well, there's a reason they're both undefeated. In a couple of words, what's your tip for Game 10? Go. Austria by 6 runs. You heard it here first. All right, join us then. We'll be back in approximately 10 minutes for the final match of the day here. Don't forget, more cricket in Gibraltar as well, not far away. Until then, Vinny Sandu, Mr. Maximo, along with Corey Ruckers. Rico will be back for the last game of the day, just on the other side of this break. You're watching ECN, and this is the Bet to Ball European Cricket League.
How we play cricket on the Costa del Sol.
where we play cricket.
On the Costa del Sol.